What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching Tru Heel Heat podcast.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with Tru Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
Alright, hello, Tru Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion, MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast poor, you're listening to Tru Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
What's up, Tru Heel Heat? Tru Heel Heat.
What's up? Tru Heel Heat.
Hello, everyone. It's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at Tru Heel Heat. Yeah.
So the big plan was, we wanted to figure out a way where we could take our big star and take him to the next level. So Krssi Luv, we're gonna turn her heel. So these are all the people that I had to call before making this decision. I had to call Baby Seth. I had to call Top Guy JJ. I had to call the True Draw Josh. I had to call Wiz Khalifa. I had to call 21 Savage, Cardi B, the Negro Buck, Volub. I had to call Little Tootsie at the corner. I had to call everybody before I called Krssi and let her know that she's turning heel. So this is what we do, This is THH Unreal. And let's hit the intro. This is what we do. I love Donald Trump. Hello. It is me, your Tru Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the Tru Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for THH 340 Slam the Summer, discussing the latest wrestling news, including John Cena turning babyface one night before WWE SummerSlam 2025 weekend, and of course, burying The Rock in the process. How real is WWE Unreal, as we break down a lot of the news and everything that we learned from the series? A Triple H's PR week, and boy, oh boy, you thought WrestleMania was bad. He's on it again, hanging out with Donald Trump at the White House. A recap of this week in wrestling with WWE SmackDown featuring John Cena and Cody Rhodes' final face-off. Raw on Netflix featuring the Braun Stars stealing Roman Reigns' shoes. NXT featuring Blake Monroe body shaming Jordan Grace. It evolved. Yeah, WWE ID Showcase last night featuring the crowning of the inaugural ID champions. TNA Impact, AEW Dynamite featuring Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley's All-In rematch. 2 episodes of Collision featuring Kyle Fletcher winning the TNT championship from Dustin Rhodes. You know, Krssi Luv's happy about that. ROH TV, NJPW G1 Climax 35 Week 2 featuring Zack Sabre Jr. versus Konosuke Takeshita. STARDOM 5-Star Grand Prix Week 1. You also had CMLL Viernes Espectacular last night featuring MJF winning the CMLL World Light Heavyweight Championship. Plus, we got final predictions for WWE SummerSlam. And of course, it is time for a big old call-in episode. So we're going to have some call-ins. If you're a member of the channel, we put it on the community post where you can hit the link and join us today. We already got one caller in the backstage area, and we're going to hear from them as in regards to what match they're looking forward to the most from SummerSlam and their wildest prediction for SummerSlam tonight and tomorrow night. But of course, to do all of that, I am joined by the beautiful, the lovely top star of THH. And no, we're not thinking about turning her heel because she's been heel all along. It is Miss Krssi Luv.
I was gonna message you to see if you wanted to review Unreal because I finished it, and
nice.
I have a lot of good and bad things about the show. But yeah, the whole thing of calling Travis Scott before we called John Cena, all the, it's craziness to me. Like,
I really should have I was talking to the producer so long. I should really talk to him about what I should do as the cold opening, because I set the bar really high last week, and that just came to me during the intro. I was like, what can I do? I got to do something involving Triple H. But I was like, what can I do? I was like, I'll just talk about Miss Krssi Luv turning heel and how I have to call everybody but her before I turn her.
Right. It's just again, and then people that take credit for the heel turn is just fucking funny too. Is that, you had how many people in the room that said something, but Bruce and Paul, they're taking full blown credit for John turning heel.
Oh, except when it doesn't go wrong, then they bury The Rock on SmackDown.
Because now that you don't have Travis Scott anymore, you don't have this whole notion of why he turned heel. So now we have him as a babyface, and it's just so we're just supposed to forget the whole thing from March to right now. Okay, and now we're just gonna have beers. And I heard it's I don't even drink beer, but I heard it's the most trash ass beer. But we have to drink it because someone has transitioned, and we're gonna use that, and we're gonna keep still remembering this person, and have a beer, and now we're gonna have a match. I'm so curious to see how Sunday's going to go now.
It's going to be interesting. We'll talk about it on today's show. And of course, we appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on this video. You can share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, you can sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys, hear your thoughts on this week in pro wrestling. If you have read out, you have a hot take and opinion, send a super chat donation. Not only does it help out the channel so much, it goes back to the contributors and helps the channel grow and move forward. It also guarantees your spot to be a part of our call in. If you're a member of the channel, it should be up on the community tab right now where you can see everything over there. But we already have one in the chamber, and it's one of our favorites. You've seen him on the channel before. He has been shooting in the gym of THH for the better part of like 6 years. We went from him as a young man. Now he's got a full beard. He's got a new job. He is the one and only Negro Buck himself, Nicky Boy. Nick Jackson's here. How are you doing?
Happening?
Hello. I'm doing well. It's so good to see you guys again. It's been far too long.
How's Mama Buck? Give her a love, please.
I most certainly will. I'm gonna try to keep it down because I know she's still sleeping. Working.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, hardest working woman I know.
As she should. Love your mamas.
But yes, what's happening?
I'm doing pretty good. As SP3 said, I did get a new job a few months ago, so I'm finally out of the world of retail.
Nice.
Fuck Target.
Oh my God, retail. I don't. You know when you leave it, you be like, damn, how did I do it so long?
Yeah, definitely.
Damn, like retail.
It's just putting out one fire after another daily.
Yes, I used to work at Victoria's Secret. I know all about that.
Yep.
That's our producer.
Retail life is hard, yo. You can't really have a social life. Like, it's terrible.
Nah, it's like psychological horror. That's what I like to call it.
Damn. Okay.
Like retail, it would be psychological horror. If you work in the food industry, I think that would be jump scare horror.
Yeah.
Points were made. This is true. This is true. But start us off hot here, Negro Buck, Nick Jackson. Everybody that calls in today, we're asking them one question. What match are you looking forward to the most? SummerSlam's night 1 and 2. And what's your wildest prediction for tonight and tomorrow night?
Well, I'd say like the match that I'm looking forward to the most. I'll give an honorable mention to the TLC match for the tag titles, just because all the teams involved. I know that's going to be absolutely wild. I know that the Guns and Fraxium are going to do a bunch of crazy shit. The Wyatt Six, you have guys like Loomis and Gacy who are definitely going to be putting their bodies on the line to have good moments. But number one match I'd say is the women's world title match between Naomi, Io, and my girl Rhea. I mean, with how good that the triple threat between Rhea, Io, and Bianca was at Mania,
right?
One of the best matches on the show.
Yes.
And, we have a little swap out here, swapping out one black queen for another.
Correct.
Naomi has been killing it ever since she's turned heel, and this run for her is long overdue. So I already know all three of those women are going to do everything they can to steal the show, and good luck to anybody who has to follow that match.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely agree with you. I think it might open night 2.
That's what I'm leaning toward.
Yeah, what Io, Rhea, and Bianca did at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So
to start out guns blazing.
Yeah, set the tone for the show. So they're going to do exceptionally well. I'm very proud of those girls, and even from watching the documentary, it just shows like that these ladies like laid it on the line, and the people that like. It gave me more opened my eyes to the people that book it and like set it up, and then they're like telling them like they like going through it. So it's really like it gives you like a different like set of like lenses, like see how they do everything.
Yeah, that's one thing I did like about Unreal is those intimate moments and just the producers running through everything. That was cool. Negro Buck, what's your wildest prediction for SummerSlam weekend?
I really got to think about that. I was thinking, Seth potentially coming in and cashing in his briefcase, but I feel like most of us, that writing may kind of be on the wall because, I mean, I'm fully in the camp of USP3. I fully believe that injury is a work.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, and then this one I feel is also a bit more obvious, especially after what we saw yesterday on SmackDown. But I guess this is what I'm going to go with just because it's what I've been wanting to see for a while. Now that Cena is officially face, I think the time has come to go full Cody lander and just completely just solidify it, whether it's him just being incredibly brutal and the fans turn on him and he leans into that, whether he goes full dirty and hits Cena with a low blow. It's a street fight, so that's legal as a headlock, but there are still ways to turn heel in matches like this. So I guess that would be my wildest prediction, that Cody wins back the WWE Championship and he goes full on villain to do it.
I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, the fact that they had him turn on SmackDown instead of at SummerSlam, it does kind of set it up for them to have something as bigger than that, more shocking for the main event. So I do agree that is a good prediction for SummerSlam weekend. But thank you so much, Negro Buck. We always appreciate seeing you in the chat and love when you're able to join us on the show. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media or anything else you want to plug.
All right, you can follow me on Instagram at Mr. Beachbum. If you want to look for me on Facebook, my name is my name, unlike a now former EVP of All Elite Wrestling. What you see is what you get with me. I am the one only true Nick Jackson, the one that matters. Top Tru Heel Heat shooter, always have been, always will be. #1 Rhea Ripley defense attorney. I'm just me doing my thing. You'll see me in the comments whenever I can, whenever I'm not working, whether it's a ramble, the reviews, the previews, or here on the flagship, which is exactly where I'll be for the rest of the show.
Appreciate you as
need our
always.
disclaimers.
And I do love his
your disclaimer.
I love his headline. Great line from Superman.
Yes,
Superman.
sir.
I was talking about that with our producer before the show. I was like, I saw Fantastic Four, really damn good movie.
It was amazing.
Still, Superman is still my movie of the year.
They're both beautiful made films.
Fantastic Four. I'm on the fence, but I don't know if I want to see it. Only because the Mandalorian is in it. That's why.
I really think you should give it a chance.
Okay.
My man Pedro Pascal can do no wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
If you ask me, he played Rita Little too well.
It's like, this must really be
yes. And you guys have seen The Bear. Like, Chrissy, you got to watch it because cousin is in it.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah,
Richie is the thing.
Right, I forgot. Okay, because it's just like based in like the 60s or something. Like, it's just like I was like, oh my god, like what do we?
It gets you in the feel for it. It has the nice aesthetics to get you in the feel for it, even if you're on the fence about it. They do a good job of like basically visually presenting it as the 60s.
Okay.
Yeah, it sets the tone real well in the beginning, so it gives you the background, just what you need to get hooked in. But definitely, I would say
I don't know who the Torch is. I don't know him, but I know everybody else that's in the Fantastic.
You never seen Stranger Things?
Eddie Munson.
Yeah,
I watched like the first season. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Oh, okay. You didn't watch the last season.
No.
So,
one of the greatest characters in Stranger Things, and
really?
we did not get to see enough of them.
Okay.
Yeah. R.I.P. Eddie. But yes, thank you, Negro Buck. As always, appreciate you, good sir.
Thank you, Tru Heat fam. I will see y'all later.
Bye.
See you later, brother. Have a good one. All right. You see, that's how it goes on our call-in episode. You can come on and join us on screen here. So we appreciate y'all in the chat. And we already got a few super chat donations. So Dion, make sure you join us as well. He says, Dion sending us a super chat donation to kick things off. Thank you so much. He says, I'll take my WWE without the MAGA propaganda, please. The fact that they showed the pictures of Triple H at the White House, I was like, they're just being very upfront about where they stand.
That part. And then like you already seen like I saw his Instagram page, his Twitter page, like him like at the the White House posted him coming out with his music. Love your cup, by the way. That's nice. Got that from the movie museum. I didn't get that. That's hot. Anywho, the White House actually posted it. This is not even he did. They posted him coming out, open the door with the spit, and he got the shirt, his suit on. I was like, you guys are such fucking trolls, I swear, trolls. Like between Paul and LT, I don't know who thought they was there. Like they didn't even know what the fuck they was there for. LT
Yo,
definitely didn't know what the hell he was there for.
Trump didn't know that was Triple H standing next to him. You could tell by the way he did the intro. He's like looking around for him. He's like, I'm right here. I'm right here.
Hey, I talked about Sleepy Joe. This nigga right here. It's just JD Vance is just waiting in the wings.
We got Zach who says happy National Ice Cream Sandwich Day, everyone.
Really? Thank you, Zach. I didn't even know that. I love your prices
Okay.
right. Emoji or whatever we call those things now, or whatever.
We got Eric Isaac who says, "Hey THH fam, happy SummerSlam day, and we will see this weekend. Has Cena really changed his ways back to good again? It would feel like an unnecessary double fake out,
Right,
to
right.
have Cena then go back to being heel after that promo last night. Like you could have just had him turn babyface after the SummerSlam matchup,
Yeah.
Or they feel like the double fake out is a good way to reestablish him as a heel. I don't know.
I don't know, man, to be honest. Like the whole thing was like, it was done good when we did it the first time, when they did it with Travis Scott and The Rock. But then after a while, we've never got a reason on like why he, like, did you call The Rock? Like, why did you like say, like, let me turn heel? We never got anything. So then we got mediocre foolishness, and then you're giving us trash ass matches as well. So it's like, what are we supposed to do here? I'm not expecting much, goldenness from tonight. I mean, on Sunday.
It just caught me so much that Triple H blamed it all on The Rock in storyline. Rock leaving is why this didn't work out, and him burying him in the Cena promo. Oh my God. I was like, Triple H hates The Rock more than anyone. He just proved it here. He despises this man. He wants to see this man burn for what he did to him. He's like, you became a bigger star than me. I'm going to get my revenge. Santel says, good morning, THH fam. Tonight we get a new World Heavyweight Champion named Seth Rollins. So his prediction is that he's going
all right.
with Seth to cash in tonight during Punk versus Gunther. We got
if he
Dion.
would do that would be some like crazy. But from looking at Unreal, now Unreal has like messed everything up, because now it's like, what ifs? Like, is it too predictable now? As what's his name? Freebird. What's his name? Damn.
Michael PSAs.
Yeah, like is it too predictable for us to like guess this, or we just want to keep the people like on their seats without, it's like that. So that's why I was like, I have a love and I have a hate for Unreal. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like, now it just makes us like know too much, I feel like. But they have more coming, so I guess it's going to be like a yearly thing. But I wouldn't be mad at
the next season is going to be about faking the Seth Rollins injury.
You know what? Fair. That's fair.
Dion says, what's up, THH fam? A big WWE pay-per-view and bad PR. Name a more iconic duo. Royal Rumble 2024, WrestleMania 41, SummerSlam 2025. Stop letting Hunter cook. Bro is unseasoning the chicken.
Dion, I love you. This is for you, friend, because that right there, I mean, it's like spot on. I wouldn't even call it chicken, to be honest. It's just like they're casserole because they're white. Sorry.
You don't know how to make tuna casserole.
I wouldn't even want to eat that.
Yo, dude, it's just he probably gets like invites for PR class. He's like, I don't need it. I know what I'm doing. I'm so curious to see what he's going to say in tonight's press conference, because it's going to be brought up. Something going to be brought up.
Somebody's going to bring it up. Maybe our good friend Steve will bring it up.
We'll see. Chuck Berry says, good morning, THH fam. If WWE trips are looking for a new corporate snitch in 2026, I'm pretty sure that Gilbert Arenas will be available. I'm just saying.
You know what? Damn, yo. The person that's their own worst enemy, I mean, that's another person that's a troll. But I was like, he's just gonna say something to just fuck him up even more. And he said all these things. I was like, why would you say all these things? Like, why would you say you have 2 passports? How you gonna snitch on everybody? Like, he was on his like YouTube live page or something like that, and he was like, nah, it ain't me. I ain't do nothing. Now he was like, y'all must don't know who I am. He said all of these things. Look it up. It's terrible.
I must have missed all of this.
Yeah. So apparently he got arrested for like having a illegal gambling thing in his house. So he had like people like coming to his house gambling. Like he had like a whole casino in his house. But he's like, he's saying that he didn't know about it, but then he goes on his live and he's like, oh, they took my passport. Little do they know I got another one. I always just stay 2 steps ahead of them. He says this. Then he says how he don't like they're gonna all snitch on. He's gonna snitch on everybody that was a part of it. So you already knew all about this. So he just told on himself. He just makes himself look just even worse. You should go to jail.
Damn, I don't know who I'm more upset about after this morning when I watched Shy. Am I more upset with Arenas or the ending to Shy season 7 with Victor and Shad being damn idiots? Krssi, I've never been this upset watching something.
I didn't even want to like I didn't want to text you because I watched it late myself. Me and my husband literally were screaming at them at the TV, like, call the cops, like.
It's like that was your first thing to do is call Victor. Bring Victor in the shit instead of calling the cops. You were arriving at work. You have access to this person's house. Yeah. Call the cops.
My head was spinning. I'm like, why would you want to move her body? What is the purpose of moving her?
There was no reason. There was no reason.
Like, you're not going to jail. Like, you work for this lady. Like, you did not shoot her.
Like honestly, I can imagine some people who watched that season finale and were just like, I'm not watching the show anymore.
Right.
Because I was really close to that. Me and you are completionists, so I know we're gonna still watch season 8. But like, so mad. Yeah, I'm mad right now. Like, I'm so happy that was the end of the season.
Like,
if that was like an episode.
It was a great episode, and then you go and you do all of this. I'm like, Now, Candy Buries killing homegirl for doing that because you didn't like what's the name said? You didn't even like him.
And why does everybody listen to Nuck? Nuck is the biggest pathological liar in this show, but everyone listens to him.
Everyone listens to him. Everyone. So to cover his own ass, and now that Tiff is really, oh my god. I swear, the next season is gonna give me anxiety. I swear, the next season is gonna give me so much anxiety. Why did they make Jada look casket ready for like and then they made the baby like, why she couldn't die the next day? Why the baby got to die on the baby birthday? Like, that is this. I got the name of her. She died on my birthday. Like, that's a whole thing to carry on your back. Like, this is crazy.
That was like a one in, one out scenario.
Yes, like, what are we doing? Like, and then 2 babies was born that day. So I was like, we got Rob Jr. and Jada Jr. What are we doing here? One had a whole chaotic birth in a damn, like, she was yelling at
elevator.
In the elevator, she was yelling at Victor. She wasn't nice to him. She kept screaming at him. I was like, yo, I'm sick of her. I'm sick. Yo, I used to be Tiff number. Like, I used to always take her for Tiff. Tiff is trash. You don't even think about your other kid. No one even talks about that poor baby.
we haven't seen Emmett Jr. in a minute.
We ain't seen him since the baby shower. Like, he had like the grandparent. Like, he like at camp somewhere. He had boarding school. We seen little Ronnie, but we ain't never seen the other 3 kids that Emmett got.
Nope, Devontae and them. No,
yeah,
I know one moved because one of the baby mamas moved. But
I think that was Devontae that moved because he was like, "Oh, what am I supposed to do without my son, nigga? You wasn't even doing shit with them you just turned over a new leaf like this year. Like, stop it."
This is the first baby. He was actually there for the birthing process.
Yeah. So he was like mad excited. So I had liked that part because it was like it showed true Emmett because he was just like doing. She was like, all right. Keisha was like, all right, Emmett. He was like, all right. I'm sorry.
Fourth quarter, you're Jordan. Oh, you got a super chat donation here from Vala. Thank you so much, Vala, for the support. He says, just came out of watching the new Naked Gun movie. I still suspect This is the high point of my weekend as far as on-screen entertainment goes. I've heard good things. I've heard good things about the new Naked Gun. I haven't watched it yet. I might not go to the movie theater for it, but I might use other means to watch the movie.
Right. I was thinking the same thing, SP. You and I are on the same page for that. But
I don't have a 125th to go to for the VHSs like I did back in the day, but they got other means nowadays.
Honestly, does people still watch DVDs? Like,
I don't think so.
Because I
don't even have anything to play.
I don't even think. Can you still like bootleg like on the street? Like, are people still selling like bootlegs? Because I was like,
they still are. Last time I was on 125th, I still saw people on the street with.
That means they're still watching them on like some type of like. You can't like. You give me do I buy a link now to like watch said movie? Like,
do you get a bootleg Blu-ray?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you now like get like how do like you sell bootlegs now? But like you send me like a whole like you give my Fire Stick, you just give me like a link and I just like watch it. Like you see how like we'll watch like things for like pay-per-views. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But right. My bad.
Someone watching, man. You know, this is the flagship. Someone watching. We do got another super chat donation here from Negro Buck Nick Jackson. He says, always great chatting with the family. Absolutely. Yeah, and I know Volop and Dion sent super chat, so feel free, guys, to hit the link. It's in the community tab for you as members and join us on screen to give your match you're looking forward to the most for SummerSlam and your wild predictions for SummerSlam anytime during the podcast today. We also got Chilling with Chase with a super chat donation saying Triple H laughed my fucking ass off.
Yo, it's really like when I was watching this, I kept not all I thought about was like, what's SP thinking about when he sees this foolishness? Like, what's everyone's like thoughts on this whole like again, good and bad things about this whole Unreal thing. I didn't even know they was gonna give us so many episodes. I thought it was just be like one, you know how they do like a one and done, but to give us like five
episodes. We're it basically you want to know what's the synopsis of Unreal? Triple H is God. That's what the real message is that Triple H is God. He's, the wrestlers, they're just chess pieces on a board, but the person who's playing chess and putting the people in the right spot is Triple H. Triple H is the end all be all of everything in WWE.
Listen, and then also, like you have all these people that were, like at the table that's writing, but at the end of the day, whatever he says goes. So you are really like Vince McMahon. Like you really are him. Like, it's not like, and a lot of people have like ideas and they bring it to the table, but nevertheless, whatever, he says goes. No matter if it was like Bruce's idea, he came up with it. It's his stuff.
It's Triple H's idea. Yeah. I love the part where he basically confirms to Tiffany that she went off script, but instead of, we always hear about, Papa H, he's like a father figure to these people. When my daughter says something wrong or says something that she's not supposed to say, I literally tell her myself that she shouldn't be saying that. I don't go to her auntie or her uncle to go be like, yeah, can you go tell Tiffany to apologize to Charlotte for that? She
you were there talking to her when
you were literally right there. Yeah. You were literally right there. Why did 5 minutes later you need to be like, yeah, let me go tell her uncle to go say something to her.
Right, like did you think about him like, that was probably really wrong of her to say that, so let me just go, like maybe you should just go and tell her that she shouldn't have said that and go apologize. Like why didn't we show her apologizing to Charlotte?
Yeah, they didn't show that at all. That's why that made me feel like this is just for the cameras.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was like. Y'all never even showed, her apologizing to her, which if Charlotte was clearly really upset and, it frazzled her, like she went off script or whatever, like that whole promo exchange was like really terrible anyway. But, we digress and just not even like think about that.
We talked about that a lot.
Yeah. But nevertheless,
We
Here
got
we
the
are.
good brother, Good Doer in the chat. Good Doer, 627, who showed us some love on social media this week. He says, "Was it just me, or was there a chunk of bitterness within Cody's statement about his feelings on AEW? Is quite similar to his feelings on the Fed when he was on the Indies." I mean, there's a touch. He has feelings. He has strong feelings about AEW, and we're going to talk about that when we get into AEW chat on today's show. We also got Good Doer who's saying good morning. By the way, family, good to see you in the chat with us today. But yeah, we're going to talk about Cody's comments on AEW this week. And we also got our main man, Isaiah's World, in the chat saying, "You're good morning." Isaiah World, you're one of the members. Hit the link in the community tab if you want to join us on today's show, because it's a call-in episode, which means we got one of our other favorites coming on with us, Krssi Luv. You've seen him with me reviewing TNA Slammiversary. He's getting up there. He's going to be in the year-end awards for best rants on THH of 2025. He is the main man from Around the Point Network. Chase is here. How you doing, Chase?
What's up, Bad Bully Ray? He did it, man. House of Glory champ. This guy right here, proving the legacy of being the greatest wrestler of all time, man. Like, we're gonna see what could have happened if he was just given the opportunities that was given to him. What, stealing it from poor Zilla Fat too.
First of all, we get one championship off of one old guy to put it on another old guy.
Yeah.
Pretty
Can't
much
win.
how it works. It's a soul for a soul. It's kind of like, you know, when Thanos did his thing, you know.
Oh yeah.
How you feeling, Chase?
I feel good. Just woke up. Forgot you guys do this show mad early. You know,
I was saying it's early for you over there.
Yeah,
it's like almost 8, right?
Yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock. Yeah, I woke up and then I went to the restroom and then I said I saw you guys were live and I was like, oh shit, I forgot they're live at like 7:30. I thought it was 8:30. And then clicked the link. Then I heard it was a call-in episode. Call-in episode, and I said, oh, I'll come in. I'll call in.
We appreciate you, good brother. And of course, we got to ask you what we always are asking everybody today. What are you looking forward to the most on SummerSlam's 2-night event tomorrow night?
I'm looking forward to all the angry CM Punk haters. I'm looking forward to when CM Punk becomes the new World Heavyweight Champion. There's no cash in. Everyone's upset because their fantasy booking didn't come true. And my dog, CM Punk, the best hypocrite in the world, becomes World Heavyweight Champion. And then it will start, because people don't understand. Giving Punk the title, that's what causes Crazy Phil to come out. That's when CM Punk becomes more bitter. He's looking at the attendance sheet more. He's like looking at the numbers more. And it'll start the downfall of this WWE return. Yeah, this is why he didn't want the belt in AEW, because he knew this would happen. CM Punk's self-destructive personality is becoming champion. Look at what happened after he became WWE champion for 134 days. Afterwards, I'm bitter, I'm upset, I'm sad, I'm angry. I should be main eventing WrestleMania. And it happens all the time. He touches a world title. He becomes obsessed with power, no matter what age he is. Cannot wait. This is the greatest thing that Triple H can do. All the fighting he's been doing on WWE Unreal, trying to get Punk over, winning the Rumble, trying to convince us that Paul Heyman turning on him, and then him being Super Punk, winning the Triple Threat at Mania would have made sense. And everyone just shitted on it as Triple H was chewing his ice, pissed off. Like,
Triple H was pissed. He was pissed.
What do you mean that wouldn't make sense? I think it would. Oh, no. It's like, no, I want a Triple H.
I think it would.
Yeah.
You know, Punk is very emotional right now. Triple H goes over to him. He's like, you've always been a main eventer. And then Punk looks him into the eyes and whispers sweet nothings. He's like, I know. It just moves me. It just moves me that you see
this, that you know, you love
too.
me. He just wants dad's approval. That's it. He's like that kid. You know, he's like the child that always needs dad's approval. Like he can't get.
Yeah, he's a man child. He never. His dad left. His dad left him when he was like 3. So he's never had a dad to like ever take care. I know that's mean to say, but it's true. His dad left when he was 3.
I love it.
And he just never got the male appreciation. Like, look, when my dad left me, at least I was like 12 or 13. So I got the male approval and I understood what it meant. So I'm like, oh, okay. He at least taught me how to be a man, and for a little bit, for the time he was in my life and stuff. But he never got that. Punk was just always angry, so he's always had his mom and his sisters and his adopted sisters, and then their friends' moms and stuff. So he's never had a man to like treat it like. That's why, you know, Vince. That's why he always looks in wrestlers like, did your father leave you? All right, I'll take you in. I'll make you a main eventer. Because then Vince replaces the father figure. And that's what Triple H is doing too. He's like trying to replace the father figure in people's lives. But people need to understand, once Punk wins the title, and especially if Cody wins the title, going to be a lot of clashing heads on who should be the final billing on these live events. Who's going to be the guy? Who's drawing the houses? And it's going to be miraculous, man. We got the former EVP taking on like the guy that they wanted in AEW to be. This is great. Like this is what WWE truly deserves. These two drama kings on top, causing havoc backstage, but we won't know about it. Everything's great.
No,
team
everything's great.
Yeah, everything's great, guys. Just remember this. Punk super happy in AEW when he won the title. What's the first thing Punk brought up? Got the first $1 million gate here in AEW at Double or Nothing because of me.
Didn't he say he's like working with children and all this other stuff? Like that's when he got like
this was before the brawl. This is before.
Yeah, no. This is when he wins the title in May, and that's the Double or Nothing in 2022, where there's the first $1 million gate in AEW history. But he
takes credit for it right away.
Go back and watch that press conference. He is so mad, and he wants to say something about what Hangman said on the Go Home show. But he holds it in. It's not until he gets injured that he's just like, you know what? F this.
I hate this company. Like I'm supposed to be a world champion. I get treated like I'm the Intercontinental champion. What the fuck is this? Like that's what CM Punk is feeling in that time. But yeah, no, I feel a lot of people, they should temper their expectations for SummerSlam. Like I don't know. I don't think there's anything groundbreaking that's going to happen. Maybe Cardi B gets body slammed or something. Like that's your groundbreaking moment of the
I
of the
love
show.
Cardi B going on Twitter and saying that, you know what? I was talking all that shit, but they kind of big though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's like, I'm tiny. She's like, I'm tiny, but these girls kind of big though.
Yeah, she's standing next to Bianca and Jade, right?
Yeah, she like, you know what?
No, Rhea.
I was talking shit, but I regret it. All right, Chase, final word. What is your big, wildest prediction for tonight or tomorrow night's SummerSlam?
Is there anything that's going to happen that's wild? Like, I'm being honest. I honestly, I think people are just like, I know it's a big show and Triple H loves to do like crazy shit, but
he's a moment merchant. You know this, Chase. He's a moment merchant.
Unreal said that.
I think Cody kicks Cena in the balls for all the time he got kicked in the balls, and then he wins, but he's not really a heel. And it's just more of like he just does it and stuff.
I think so too. I don't think
he becomes AEW. He becomes AEW Cody.
And we'll let like Michael P.S. Hayes and everyone told us on the real, we'll let the fans take us on this journey. I don't think he turns heel. My prediction was Cody just kicks Cena in the balls anyways, because Cena's done it to him 2 times already. Hey, I got to get my get back. And it's in a street fight, so it makes sense. So if he does it to this, by the way, hilarious that Cena turns face, and this great moment that happened on pay-per-view, turns face in a vintage Cena promo. This is peak WWE booking. It's so great. Like, I love it. Like, he just does his usual shit. It's like, yeah, you could have been doing this this whole year. Like, this could have been our job. Like, no one wanted to boo you, dog. But yeah, I think
they barely did though. I mean, they booed him like that one time, and then that was
they did a couple of times, and then anytime he talked, they started cheering for him.
Yeah, well, it's like WrestleMania. Like Cody was like, it's a away game. He was freaking out on the car ride to WrestleMania, the building that like he was gonna get booed. Like talking to Bobby Roode, like, yeah, I'm not paranoid. I'm just saying, like, there's more Cena shirts. Like, yeah, you're paranoid, dog. Just calm down. Like, I literally went into WrestleMania. When I would meet other fans, I'm like, oh, yeah, so you guys watch? I literally met at least 50 people that said, oh, no, we're just here for Cena's last WrestleMania. Like, they literally told me that. Like, I'm like, so if there's like 50 people and this arena can fit like 12,000, there has to be at least 3,000 people going to this venue. Don't give a fuck about the current product. just here for John Cena. But yeah, I think Cody kicks him in the balls, and will he turn heel? I just don't think turning Cody heel makes any lick of sense at all, because they don't have. You can name me Jey Uso, you can say CM Punk, you can name me a bunch of guys, Sami Zayn. They don't have anyone that can replace what he does right now as the top babyface of the company, and especially on SmackDown. Who are we going to replace him with? Like unless you're like saying, "Hey, Jacob Fatu is winning the title in November." There's no way I believe that there's anyone that replaces.
SmackDown.
Yeah, I love Jacob too, but I can only get so many. No gas, no brakes. It's like we got to expand the promo repertoire before we.
When Solo does it is great. I love it.
Yeah, like, and also we don't know what you mean. Yeah, you do. Like, that was the funniest thing. Oh my god!
So
but yeah, so I think Cody. And by the way, the Cody Bill Simmons interview, funniest interview you'll ever hear from Cody. This guy is just. Yeah, he's in his feelings.
Talking about that on today's show. Don't worry.
He's in his feelings, bro. He's so.
Wait, what? What I missed? Oh no.
Wait till SP3 explain. But Cody 101. This is Cody 101, guys. Whenever he's not somewhere, he's upset. He hated WWE because he wasn't there. He hates AEW because he's not there. Because in Cody's mind, it's like without him, there's no AEW, and he's so upset. He's so upset that it's thriving and doing well because this is, and I'm telling you, Cody will lie to you, say, I'm happy that it's doing great. And no, Cody in his head is like, fuck these guys. I hate that they're doing good. I wish that they were in the
He wanted them to suffer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he truly believes he had the right idea all along. And, AEW's right in one sense. Cody's right in one sense because Cody's thriving in WWE as a top guy, and he's correct in his assessment that he should be a top guy and stuff. And AEW's right that they didn't need Cody Rhodes. But to Cody Rhodes, that's what upsets him. But yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait for the downfall of CM Punk, and it's going to be the great. I can't wait.
Oh my god, you want the downfall of Phil? Damn.
No, I just want. I miss Crash Out Bill. I just love. I love CM Punk when he's
that is the best version. That is the best variant of Punk.
Like, I know Punk is not happy, or I know Punk is not going to be good if he looks well rested. Like, I'm just like, dude, this guy. But when I see bags under his eyes, he looks like he's on his 5th coffee of the day. Then I'm like, all right, there, that's CM Punk. But no, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you guys, like, I'm gonna give Punk. I'm gonna give him some leeway because he's like really, he's trying to still be good soldier. But once he wins the world title, I'll say by January, we're gonna see Angry Phil kind of creep up, and then WrestleMania, when he does not get the Night 2 main event, he's gonna be like, "How are you supposed to make this title better, Paul? How am I supposed to make this title better and everyone better if I'm not the Night 2 main event?" So I can't wait. It's gonna be great. But you guys have a good rest of your show.
Yes. Chase, let everybody know where they can follow you. And you're joining us for the SummerSlam watch parties, are you?
Yeah, Sunday. I'll be here on Sunday for the SummerSlam watch party. Got some plans today, aka OTC one day. I gotta watch the OTC one by myself. I can't watch it with anyone else.
He's like, I go through too much anxiety.
Yeah, it's a fake wrestling match. I know he's gonna win, but I don't know. My tribal chief, unlike Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, giving person, puts people over, makes them into bigger stars, elevated this whole company. Like, I can go on the list of the people he's made main eventers into better wrestlers, but my OTC one, he has a lot of things on his plate. And I don't know. I don't want to see the Oompa Loompa and Bronson Reed, win that match. Like, it'll upset me, and I'll be too upset. It's the opening match too. What a giving guy my OTC one is. He's helping.
Well, join us after OTC one if you're not busy on today. But let everybody know where they can follow you.
At Chase Oliver 68 X, and then Around the Point Network, Trio Sports. Me and Stat King doing it. You know the drill. Have a good night, guys, or good morning. Shit, I gotta wake up.
Appreciate you, good brother. Thanks. Good seeing you. All right. All right, that was Chase joining us. Like I said before, it's a call-in, so you can choose whenever you want to come in if you're a member, and we'll drop the link in the live chat in a bit here. You got King of the North who says he talking about CM Punk. He's growing so much as a person at 48 years old. Yes. That's what he is. What he is. King of the North says fantastic hating and dick riding. See, Chase is the duality of Chase right there. But yes, let's go into what we no. First, we got the Tru Heel roll call as per usual. We shout out those supporting us across social media and everywhere else. You got our Tru Heel Trinity over on our Facebook group page. You got Jermaine Packman, you got Joe Benini and Stewie John Palmer, our Patreon backers. You got Vala, you got Negro Buck, Nick Jackson, you got Professor Chris, Trey, Robert, Steve, Ladarius, John Martin, Dolores, James, Alan, Santo, Justin Rich, and Chuck Buries. Thank you so much for supporting us over at patreon.com/Tru Heel Heat. $3 a month gives you exclusive content and the best way to support us when we're not live here. But let's get into it. We've talked about it a lot to start the show already. Let's talk about Friday Night SmackDown last night on what we missed. And the show featured John Cena and Cody Rhodes going face to face ahead of WWE SummerSlam, where Cena shockingly turned babyface after a fascinating promo where he called out The Rock for leaving him deserted and how he only turned to make shocking TV. But that is not the real him. But he was being someone he wasn't. He went on to say that he doesn't want to ruin wrestling. He actually loves wrestling, while he only wants to retire as WWE champion because he's scared the fans might just forget him when he's gone. Cena went on to drop all his catchphrases. If you want some, come get some. The champ is here. And he says that he also called out Travis Scott by saying that Cody was facing the real John Cena at SummerSlam, and he will be the only platinum selling rapper kicking his ass on Sunday before the two men shared a beer and Cody welcomed the real John Cena back. You also had on the show, it was Julia going up against Zelina Vega, Julia retaining the WWE Women's United States Championship. And what was a solid match, better than their first match where Julia won the title with Kiana James in her corner. You had Los Garza. They picked up a win with their open challenge for the AAA World Tag Team Championships against the debuting Psycho Clown and the ultra popular Mr. Iguana of Lucha Libre AAA in a fun tag team matchup to retain those AAA World Tag Team titles. Did Los Garza here, but man, the crowd in Newark was way into Mr. Iguana, kind of like that.
They were
crowd.
so excited. Yeah.
they love him. They love him. Anywhere in WWE. It's hilarious that WWE fans are the ones that used to always crap on Orange Cassidy, but they don't mind Orange Cassidy if he's Mexican and he wears green paint on his face.
You know what? Okay, see.
I'm just saying. They're quite obvious. Damian Priest, he picked up a DQ win over Aleister Black after Aleister Black used his steel chair to assault him, and then he assaulted him post-match, ending with the Black Mass. You also had Tala Tonga, the former Hikuleo. He made his debut in WWE in a matchup against Jimmy Uso, picking up the win thanks to some help from Solo Sikoa. Post-match, Solo tried to get the steel cage above the ring lowered on him and the MFTs, who were alone with Jimmy Uso, until Jacob Fatu showed up and made the save. He fought off JC Mateo and Tongaloa as Solo and Tala escaped ahead of their matchup at SummerSlam. And then we got earlier in the day, apparently, Logan Paul interrupted a training session for Jelly Roll to get into a brawl, but it was all a trap for Drew McIntyre to show up and deliver a Claymore on the country music star. Later in the show, we had Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul were in the ring to brag about their assault on Jelly Roll, who showed up with Randy Orton to the arena, and the two men marched down to the ring to get into a brawl with Drew and Logan to close the show. Security and officials came out to separate all four men, and it led to the broadcast ending with RK Roll taking out the security, including Jelly Roll delivering a choke slam to one of the security guards as they stood tall in the ring. What did you think about last night's SmackDown? But of course, most importantly, what did you think about John Cena's promo turning babyface? Were you surprised that he turned babyface before SummerSlam? I definitely was. I thought this was a fantastic promo in a vacuum. If you don't think about all the other stuff in a vacuum, this is a fantastic promo. But when you think about everything else and the fact that he buried The Rock and said that this is all The Rock's fault, when the fact of the matter is, this was Triple H's idea. The Rock's idea was Cody turning heel, which is not the best idea either. But Triple H is the one who made the decision to have John Cena turn heel, and now he's just basically being like, "Oh, it's all The Rock's fault. All The Rock's fault."
But it is, and people will take up for it when it's clearly all on film. Like, we have proof. Like, it's all on that.
He admitted it.
It's all there. But they're gonna always show face and say something, because it's them. But I was very shocked when I was hearing him talk. I was like, he started off, and then he just went into like this whole full blown baby face. I was like, oh, so you're just gonna like swerve us and just like make us think that this was all someone else's fault, when it true in fact was the people in the back that wrote this for you, Bruce, Paul. The other guy with the blonde hair, short guy, I can't remember his name, but whatever, he was back there too. All three of them was like, yeah, let's make him go heel. And then you made the phone call, you call all these people, let's do this. Like, what? But okay, I'm here for it. Like, it was a good promo. It was finally something like to give us something for this mediocre run that you've been doing for your last run. So, had to do something to make us, make this turnaround. So I'm not mad at it.
I'm really surprised he cut bait and just basically said
this
heel run failed.
Yeah,
we failed.
We failed, and especially after last week when you said the news was like, Travis Scott will no longer be doing anything with WWE. Once they did that last week, they had to figure this. They had to turn this around because they had this Unreal come out. So now they have to clean up. They got to clean up the fucking shit.
Yeah, it really feels like this is like damage control, basically. Not the group with EO, but actual damage control.
Actual damage control. Yep.
It's like the people aren't feeling this, so let's just abort. Yeah. This is a good point by our producer. He's like, this was just like when Vince canceled the NWO live on air. Yep.
Oh, right.
This is exactly like that.
Damn.
King of the North, my star rating for Hikuleo versus Jim Uso, SP3. I like Hikuleo. I like Tala Tonga. I'm a big fan of him.
It was terrible. Don't do that.
It was really bad. It
was
slow.
terrible.
It was
Stop
flooding. It killed the crowd. The crowd was hot. The crowd was probably the best part of last night's SmackDown, but they died during that matchup.
Like,
they were just
Jim didn't even get like a good pop either. I'm like, damn, even Jim don't even get no like. It's crickets.
Jacob Fatu was the only thing that woke up that crowd after that match.
Yep. Once this thing started lowering down, that's when everyone woke up.
Yep.
It's terrible.
It was not good. It was not good. G Loke, what's up in the chat with us today? We got a bunch. We got Isaiah's World talking about I think he's talking about Mr. Iguana. He says, my baby nephew just picked my puppy up and started running his ass around. I'm back now. What the fuck is that green thing? And a clown? What's going on? Those are triple A representatives, which was probably the peak of the show. The show was starting off good with the whole Cena promo. Because Cena had boos when he first came out. And then he cuts this promo and he gets like the biggest reaction of the night. The biggest pop of the night. And the women's matchup, like I said, it was much better than their first matchup together with Zelina and Julia. They had some good near falls. And then that tag team matchup was probably the other best thing. And then everything else after was not good on this show. Mm-mm. The show closing brawl looked awful, Krssi. Like I was one of those people that was like, I'm just gonna be hopeful and hope for the best when it comes to Jelly Roll. But seeing him brawl where he does not throw a punch, he's literally just doing a lockup as he brawls. I was like, nah, I don't know about this, fam. I'm worried about tonight now.
I'm not excited about that match at all. I think Randy Orton is going to do most of the stuff. I don't think one celebrity person that shouldn't do this is Jelly Roll. I'm sorry. I don't have any faith in him at all. Good music, good for him. Happy he's on his weight loss journey, but the whole RK Roll, not good at all. He was only just doing a lockup, and I was like, damn, Logan Paul got to go. And I don't even like Logan Paul, but like they got to deal with this. Can we call somebody else on the phone? Like, it's terrible.
I love King of the North in the chat says, I'm crying. SP3 didn't want to get jumped, and Krssi said, bump that. See, this is why, you always got to have strong women in your life. My woman, my missus is always calling me out on my shit. Krssi Luv, when I'm on here, she's a good big sis, always calling me out on my shit. All my sisters is calling me out on my shit. You got to have strong women in your life. We got Davion who says Tala versus Jimmy was abhorrent. Last night I was looking at my phone. I don't blame you. Not at all. Yeah, he is wrestling. He's actually wrestling on tonight's show.
Yeah, he's wrestling. It's terrible. It's really sad.
You know what I'm gonna tell somebody if they tell me they like Jelly Roll wrestling? I'm gonna tell them, you ain't nothing but a liar. Tell me, catch me in the fire. All right, King of the North and all the folks.
Yep.
King of the North and all the folks want us to talk about it, so why don't we talk about it? Triple H was a busy man this week, and that included him heading to the White House this week and once again meeting with United States President Donald Trump. CNN reported earlier in the week that Donald Trump was going to sign an executive order on Thursday that will revive the presidential fitness test in public schools and also expand his council on sports, fitness, and nutrition. President Trump was joined by professional athletes at the event, including WWE Chief Creative Officer, Hall of Famer, and former WWE champion Paul Triple H Levesque. Other featured guests at the event were Bryson DeChambeau. You had Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Bunker. You also had former NFL player and WrestleMania 11 headliner Lawrence Taylor. The event took place with the U.S. hosting major sporting events, including the 2025 Ryder Cup, the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and the 2028 Summer Olympics, all of which are major wins for Trump in his second term. Triple H has expressed public support for Donald Trump on numerous occasions during both of his presidential terms. In 2017, Triple H and his wife Stephanie McMahon attended Trump's first inauguration. Trump signed the executive order later that afternoon at the White House, and the order will reestablish the president's council on sports, fitness, and nutrition, along with the test, which will be administered by his health secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. The council will also develop criteria for a presidential fitness award. The fitness test began under former President Dwight Eisenhower in 1956, and it was later discontinued in 2012 under President Barack Obama, who replaced it with the Presidential Youth Fitness Program, which acted as a comprehensive school-based program to promote living an active and healthy lifestyle. Triple H was named as part of Trump's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition. When Triple H spoke at the event, he thanked President Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and Secretary of Health Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He noted, and he said, and I quote, "I appreciate all that everybody is doing for the health and wellness for the entire country. For me, since I was 14, this has been such an important part of my life. Health, fitness, sports, nutrition, all of it. I think learning that at a young age sets you up for success in life, and without it, you're in a lesser place for it. So I look forward to the opportunity to do this. I look forward to the opportunity to help make our youth healthy, help get them engaged in sports, and let them learn what it takes to be successful in life. So thank you very much for the honor. Thank you. He also went on to say that Donald Trump is the most intuitive person that he's ever met in his life. Additionally, the White House revealed a video of Triple H making a WWE style entrance at the event with the game entrance by Motorhead. Triple H then shared some more thoughts in a recent interview on the fallout in WWE over the allegations against Vince McMahon. McMahon was, of course, forced out of WWE and TKO after being sued by Janelle Grant in January of last year. This lawsuit also includes WWE and John Laurinaitis over allegations of sexual abuse, sexual assault, and sex trafficking. Triple H took over of all creative duties after McMahon's exit, and he was asked in an interview with the sports agent about the allegations and how WWE handled the fallout. He said, and I quote, Sure. All we can do is move forward for us as a company. All we can do is move forward. Allegations are allegations. It's a complicated relationship for anybody in life. Nobody is perfect. Accusations are made. And that's a whole legal thing that is totally separate and aside from what we do. My job is to put on the best creative product that WWE can do. Luckily and happily, it's been successful and working wonderfully. Business is an incredible place right now and continuing to grow, especially with our partners at Netflix, NBC, CW, and everyone in between. It's a wonderful time in our business and fans are enjoying it. We're heading in a good direction. Vince McMahon has denied all the allegations in the lawsuit, which is still proceeding against him in WWE. Laurinaitis was dropped from the lawsuit in late May, with Grant's lawyer saying that he has agreed to cooperate and provide evidence in the lawsuit. What do you think about Triple H's big PR week with him being part of Donald Trump's council for sports and fitness?
I'm not surprised. His mother-in-law is like the Secretary of Education, when she knows nothing about education, but whatever. So I'm not surprised that he's there. You need some type of like sports figures or big names to be a part of this to make this thing like work, I guess. I don't know what type of work Paul and the rest of the guys are going to do. I don't know if they're going to be like visiting schools or whatever. I don't know what their jobs are. So I really don't know what the next part of this is supposed to be. But presidents always like get some type of like big sports people behind them to do these type of bills. So yeah, but we already knew that these were big supporters. They were at the freaking inauguration. They frequently friends with him. Like I'm sure they was at Mar-a-Lago. Like, so I'm not surprised to see this at all.
Neither am I. They have definitely under TKO. They've shown what side they land on in regards to politics.
Well, it's much private. Now it's not even.
For the longest time they try to keep politics and what they did as far as a business separate.
Yes.
They also for the longest time tried to keep a curtain up behind what happened behind the scenes, but you can tell this is a completely different company with TKO at the charge, with Triple H in charge of creative. They've gone in a completely opposite direction of what WWE has been known for the longest time. What do you think about his comments towards Vince? I mean, his comments towards Vince to me just read as someone that's never taken PR training ever in life.
Well, we've said this before. We've said him and Tony definitely need some type of training and like.
No. Tony has got his PR training. You could tell by the answers he's been given this year.
Right, he's done better. Yes, but they okay, fair.
He needs more, but he's in class.
Right. He goes to class. The other one just not going to class. Period. That's just what it is. He's saying, I don't need this. I don't need like. You need glasses. No, I don't. I don't need glasses at all. I see perfectly fine. I'm just gonna keep seeing, through the like. Just keep squinting your eyes. That's Paul. His lenses need to be wide open, but he's like keep squint. Like they keep getting like smaller and smaller. The vision.
So, yeah, I do find this funny, Isaiah's World. He says, look at that registered sex offender. Sick. Triple H
But then
standing
we
next to
fire people that are not even registered. And
exactly.
like,
Like I was like, you got him standing next to Trump when they won't show, they barely have shown anything involving Vince because of the lawsuit.
And you like release people on allegations, and it's not even true, or well, if nothing has happened, and then you do this. It's just like, it's call a spade, bro.
The energy is not kept the same, it seems like. Just really isn't. This really isn't. I mean, yeah, this is also something that's been said from time to time. Trump really hates black people, good ideas. They kind of can relate. They both don't see color.
Yep.
It's like the only color we see is white, the White House. Dion says that White House video was cringe.
It was, though. It really was. That's what I was like, damn, like you really let them put this out for you, and you said, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do this. Bruh.
Negro Buck says he's not just a clown, he's the whole circus. Watch it stuff. He said it's the presidential fitness stuff gonna give kids steroids. Y'all are outrageous. I love it. I love it. I love the energy. I love the energy in the chat right now. Oh man, we got Sharik echoes who says Linda left Vince, Tripp and Steph took control. Linda is the head of education, Tripp's the head of fitness, but Vince is still BFFs with the orange. So he's got his hands in the whole family.
The whole family. Everybody.
And then we got a super chat donation from our good brother Vala. Thank you so much, Vala, for the support. He says TKO more like Triple K. Oh no. I mean, Triple H ain't never beaten these allegations, it seems. I pray for him. I'm hoping he gets off. He gets a minimal sentence from the allegations that he got. So let's see what happens. Triple H.
You know what?
Triple steroids is not a good idea for the kids.
No, at all.
But the Triple H week, it doesn't stop there, Krssi Luv, because it's time for us to get unreal. Let's talk about WWE.
Let's talk about
WWE Unreal was released this week on Netflix. The series gives an unprecedented look at the backstage dynamics in WWE. A clip was released before the premiere where Triple H discussed how he pitched John Cena's heel turn. Netflix released the clip on Monday ahead of the premiere on Tuesday. In the clip, Triple H notes that he got the idea and pitched it to 6 people in order. He said he called Nick Khan first. He then called The Rock. He then called Travis Scott because he wanted to make this thing big. He then talked to Cody Rhodes and finally Cena himself. He notes that everyone was on board before he talked to Cena, and that while he knew Cena would go along with it if the game believed in it, if he wanted to make sure Cena was fully on board as it affected him outside of WWE as well. He said, "I said, John, okay, let's take the bullshit and let's take the bullshit bullshit hat off. Now, this is not the head of creative talking to you. You the performer. I said I'm axing John Cena, the human being. Paul Effect is talking to you. Give me your gut. This impacts John Cena, the real life human being, and it impacts his movies, it impacts his PR schedule, and impacts everything." He continues, "We're honest. I said, give me your gut. You like it or you don't." And he was like, I like it a lot, actually. Triple H notes that soon after they hung up, Cena sent him 3 texts, and soon everyone in the group was talking to each other.
He added, so one of the things that we all talked about on the phone was, let's keep this tight. Nobody gets this information that isn't on this phone call. When they talked about that on WWE Unreal as well, WWE Unreal also featured Brian Gewirtz stating that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson initially wanted then WWE Undisputed Champion Cody Rhodes to lose the title to Kevin Owens at WWE Elimination Chamber Toronto. That was one of the ideas thrown out there before they all agreed on the Cena heel turn, because The Rock wanted to do something massive at the event. However, Dave Meltzer disputed Gewirtz's claim on Thursday's edition of Wrestling Observer Radio. According to Meltzer on WWE Unreal, he was like, there was some stuff in there that was complete bullshit. I've asked some people, and it was kind of like some stuff was complete bullshit. Some stuff was kind of real. Some stuff was they didn't go in depth on it. He went on to explain that he was told the aforementioned scenario that Gewirtz commented on was complete bullshit. I can't say complete bullshit, although I was told complete bullshit. The idea that they were considering Cody Rhodes losing the title to Kevin Owens at the Elimination Chamber, because when I heard that was Brian Gewirtz's idea, and I thought, well, he may have come up with that suggestion, but there's no way that was considered. Meltzer explained that he was told by someone involved in the series that the show wants to present WWE Chief Creative Officer Paul Triple H Levesque as WWE's creative mastermind. He added, I was told that Gewirtz's idea was kind of bullshit. He went on to explain regarding WWE Unreal. He says the whole show is very clearly designed. Someone who is very involved said the idea was that they were trying to present Paul Levesque as Dana White, with the idea that the star, the mastermind, is Levesque. And the wrestlers come and go and they're pieces, but he is the one driving everything.
Told you he's the one that's in charge. He has to say everything.
He's the narrator. He's the creative head. Yep. He's the mastermind of everything. What did you think about that portion of the show? I think that like them releasing the clip does not take away from the fact that when you watch the whole thing, that is the most hilarious explanation ever. Triple H going through that he had to call Travis Scott about John Cena turning heel before John Cena.
It's like, what are you calling him about?
Unintentionally hilarious.
Right. Like, what are you calling him about? You just saying, hey, do you want to be on board with this? Like, or do you think this is a good idea? Like, you didn't even like say how your conversation was. You just said, I called him before I called. Like, you called him before John. John was the last person to call. Son. And I'm like, wait. The triangle the people, and they did the whole like graph. I'm like, they don't, why are they even talking? Like, what is happening?
It's
I don't know why they even like thought that this was a good idea to even show us the diagram of like who was called first and like what was in the order. Like, why they should have just took that whole thing out, but whatever.
It sounded like First 48, them trying to figure out a murder.
And at the end of the day, it all goes through him. He's the murderer.
It's like, it's all me. It was all me. And like, he didn't even mention the fact that it was originally Rock who came up with the idea for the Cody stealing the soul, and that then they had to figure this out. He just tried to kind of gloss over the fact that Rock's group, Rock's team, their ideas, which honestly, I'm not, when I saw it, when I heard about it first, I was like, nah, that's a bad idea. But then, like, in retrospect, all these months later, I think that it would have been just as effective to have Cody turn heel.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have been viewed as what John Cena's heel turn was, because that's been the wrestling white whale. Like, I talked about it. I was manifesting that before Elimination Chamber, that I wanted John Cena to turn heel. But in retrospect, you're basically turning him heel for a 4-month period, basically.
You only did it just for like shock value. You didn't do it because you want him to have his last run as a heel. You did it because you wanted people to be shocked. And it was like, we least expected. Oh, we would never expect a good cookie cutter guy to turn heel, and he just couldn't do it. Like, he's just like He's just a good guy. He's just one of the faces. That's all. He can't. I'm sure. Is he still doing like his and they show him doing his like last Make-A-Wish thing at the end. I'm like, oh my god, you guys are like just pouring it all in there.
He was doing Make-A-Wish at Elimination Chamber before he turned heel.
Right. I was like, bruh.
He's probably still doing it behind the scenes. He's probably still doing it and having to be. He's like, I'm sorry about what I'm doing on screen. He probably went to that kid that he made fun of in Belgium after the show and was like, you know what, kid, you're good in my book. Don't worry. That was just John Cena, the character. That's not who I really am.
It's just my job. You see, like he probably said, just like I do Peacemaker. It's the same thing.
Same thing. Peacemaker's a jerk. Now John Cena's a jerk. Don't worry. Okay. Dion says Travis Scott's response was, "It's lit." No, Travis Scott's response was probably fiend, 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 fiend. Davion says, why to talk to Travis when your talent is backstage right there? What the fuck? It's hilarious. Isn't that what we watch wrestling for? Is for hilarious things.
You pass all of these guys that are just waiting in the wings, just in the background, and then it's like you had so many people that was not even featured on this whole documentary. It's all about Paul and the writers at the back. I mean, it is unreal. It's like the behind the scenes. Yes, it's all about like those guys.
Freaking Dion saying Triple H wants to be the main character so bad. It's because you have to realize that Triple H's peak in the business, his best year is in 2000, where he is at best the third biggest star in the company. Because there's The Rock. Then Austin comes back in the fall of 2000. So even at his peak, he was trying to be the main character. He would politic his way to getting wins that made no sense for him to win. Yet still, The Rock was a bigger star. Austin was a bigger star. There's people down the card that you could say were bigger stars at the time. That's why even with the Kurt Angle rivalry in 2000, he has to win the matchup because he says, "Oh, Steph would never leave me for a guy like Kurt Angle." This is this man's ego. This man's ego has been well established for the past 30 years. If you want to go on the short end, at least 25 of them. 25 years. His ego is unmatched, and he's always wanted to be the main character. That's why when Rock and leave, he does the whole reign of terror because he wants to be the main guy, and that's when business went down because he was the main character. Now there's no one in charge. There's no Vince in charge. Now he's the one in charge, and he still wants to be the main character.
And he comes out. He's going to come out and introduce and like welcome to SummerSlam or welcome to that he does it for all of the big events.
Yep,
he does it for all of them. And now that this is the first SummerSlam, that's 2 nights. So Stephanie's gonna come out tomorrow. Yay! Like,
we got Isaiah Worlds who says, "Can someone tell me what unreal means? I'm high and that don't make sense to me. It means it's not real. This is supposed to be a reality show where they're giving you like a behind the scenes look, but it's basically telling us this is not real at all." And furthermore, we have some news on that. The new Netflix docuseries WWE Unreal goes behind the scenes in WWE, showing the writer's room, the gorilla position, and more. The series has drawn a great deal of controversy and been making waves in the internet wrestling community this week. Fightful Select has more backstage details and notes regarding the behind-the-scenes workers and wrestlers who were featured in WWE Unreal. One subject who did appear in the series but wasn't a featured performer noted that they didn't realize they were being filmed for Unreal. The individual clarified that WWE usually has cameras around so much backstage that you don't always know what they are filming for. Fightful also reports that WWE talent claim that they weren't instructed on anything they weren't allowed to say. and they were free to talk about whatever topics they wanted. One talent joked that they finally realized how much the F word is said backstage from watching the series. With regards to a moment that was set up to occur for the series, it was said that the scene at Royal Rumble with the women's locker room emptying out to cheer for Charlotte Flair was heavily influenced. The women in the locker room were reportedly asked to empty out and cheer for Charlotte following her Rumble victory. They weren't specifically
Then what? She is not happy for no Charlotte. Oh please, please.
They were specifically told it was for the Netflix show, but they were asked to perform the action. Additionally, Fightful reports that the members of the women's roster speculated that the infamous promo featuring Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton, where Tiffany mentioned Charlotte's 3 divorces, was entirely manufactured for the docuseries. However, the wrestlers only theorized that was the case. No one involved with the segment ever claimed that to be the case. Fightful notes that on most WWE shows, talent are still mostly scripted for their promos. Even CM Punk and Paul Heyman promos from earlier this week were fully scripted and featured on internal scripts. One WWE producer said that while there were concerned about the authenticity when the show was first announced, the individual was pleased with how the final product turned out. Multiple people feared that it would be a work shoot program when the trailer highlighted ISHO Speed appearing at the Royal Rumble in a way that appeared unplanned. Production crew who commented on the show to Fightful revealed that they legitimately did not know about the John Cena turning heel at the WWE Elimination Chamber Toronto, so their reactions in the series were said to be authentic. Additionally, it's said that moments such as this don't happen very often, with the November 2023 return of CM Punk being another one of those instances. Also, some of the featured talents were unsure of how the show would be edited and depicted on screen, and they were keen to hear what the online reaction of the show would be. Multiple wrestlers also said, like with most wrestling programming, they don't watch it because they already lived it. However, Fightful also notes that almost all the people they spoke to usually followed that idea, but they were still going to check out WWE Unreal because of how it was promoted to them. Fightful also reports that WWE sources were happy about the buzz the show has received in the wrestling world. So, I mean, there was stuff on this show that I did enjoy. I did enjoy stuff like the post-match to WrestleMania 41 with Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair backstage. Yeah. I thought like the whole the women in the Elimination Chamber doing a prayer before before the match, that was really well done. Yes. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens talking to each other after their ladder match, that was really well done. That was like nice, intimate moments that felt real. The best part, I think the highlight of the whole show is, and really like the highlight for especially for someone like Triple H who wants to be viewed as this main character and God, is him directing the John Cena heel turn. I thought that was a great glimpse of like real life on cue, him really doing what he does. This is what we do. Like that was really, really great and really well done. And I thought the most hilarious parts though was the creative room, the writer's room. Ed Koskey is now my new favorite member of the creative team.
Which fact one that is that one?
He's the one that came up with the idea for Jey Uso. He was the first one to say Jey Uso should win the Royal Rumble.
Oh, do with the like short spiky hair, that one.
Yes. He was the first one to say Jey Uso should win the Royal Rumble. He was also the first one who said that Punk winning in the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania was a bad idea. And he was the one who said the cool idea. He's like, how about this for the Royal Rumble? How about we have the last 2 get eliminated and then number 30 comes out and number 30 wins the Royal Rumble? And it's Chelsea Green. I was like, that's creative.
That was creative. I love it. We would have popped for it because we would have been like, it would have been unexpected, but it's good. But they didn't go with that idea. So
Yeah, they did.
But it was a good idea. I was like, oh, that would have been good. Like it was some ideas. I was like, Dad, why didn't y'all do that? Like it would have been so good. But I guess the whole like transition of like, You made Jey Uso win. You might as well have let Chelsea Green win.
Why not? Why not? Why not, y'all? Come on.
Oh, the episode with her was like really touching too. Like, you know, showing her and like, you know, showing everything that she's done. I thought that was a good like touch on it and whatnot. And, you know, showing her get injured the 2 times. And it's just like, she's like, I've done everything they told me to do. And then she's like, she called him like, can I have my job back? And he was like, sure. And it was like, it was that easy.
She's like, all I had to do was ask. Oh shit,
Right.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was that easy.
Right,
Yeah, the women's episode was good. The
Yes.
all women's episode was good. It just
And
felt
then
like
showing
the Charlotte stuff already to me felt put on, but seeing the report of, oh yeah, some of this was asked of the people to do, I was like, that makes more sense.
That's what I was like, them standing back there clapping. I was like, Zoe Stark did not want to be there, but whatever. I had loved the thing where they did the whole stuff with Naomi and Jade, and they showed like show Bianca going just like crazy, like, and it was like really like done. It was like show her. It was like show Naomi crawling over trying to get out. I was like, oh, why didn't y'all show show that part of like when y'all was doing that, and you go talk to the girls and tell them like, oh, this is what's gonna happen, like. But you know, whatever. It's again, there was some good and there was some bad stuff that was like, you know, that we can appreciate from this whole documentary. So yes,
I appreciated them burying Jey Uso for getting winded during his entrance. And Jey Uso admitting it, he was like, yo, I be getting tired.
Because you be out there eating too much.
The whole reason he botched the dive in the build up to WrestleMania because he was winded from his entrance.
Like, you know, and he was like, they was like, yo, you are the guy. You guys like, we just got to stay on him and make sure that he understands that he's the top guy. Well, that's why he was just like, you know, on this for like, what, 3 months? He was, and that was it. Or was it 2 months? It's like, okay, that's it. Thanks. You're out of here.
We got follow-up. It says 6 letters, 1 word, gassed.
That's a good one, follow.
Yo, and even them like talking about possibly taking away his push or taking away the world title win at WrestleMania if he doesn't get his cardio up. I was like, this is awesome. I like this show.
It's all the stuff that we were saying, like yo. It just made everything that we said just true.
He was like, you made me feel validated in my thoughts that I was giving during that time. Finally, final note on WWE Unreal. We now know what the original card for WrestleMania 41 was supposed to look like. WWE Unreal docuseries featured a board with a number of proposed early matches for WrestleMania 41. The 5 episodes, like I said before, came out on Tuesday, and scenes from the writer's room at WWE headquarters. FIFO notes several match ideas for WrestleMania were shown on the whiteboard in the room, and they included Undisputed WWE Championship matchup, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, which we did get. Roman Reigns was supposed to go one-on-one with Seth Rollins. We got a triple threat with CM Punk. World Heavyweight Champion Gunther was supposed to defend against CM Punk at WrestleMania, not SummerSlam. WWE Women's World Championship matchup was supposed to be Rhea Ripley defending against Bianca Belair. We got a triple threat with Io Sky instead. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens, which we were supposed to get before Owens got an injury.
Yep.
Mixed tag team matchup, 10-person tag team matchup, the Wyatt Six versus the Judgment Day.
Thank God.
WWE Women's Championship matchup, Jade Cargill against champion Nia Jax. WWE Women's Tag Team Championships was going to be Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky and Asuka. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul, which we did get on the card. Bad Bunny was supposed to return and face Dominic Mysterio.
Where was
Braun
that?
Breaker versus Drew McIntyre. Special guest referee Steve Austin. Rey Mysterio with Travis Scott versus Chad Gable. Would have been much better than anything we did with Travis Scott. WWE Intercontinental Championship ladder match, Jey Uso versus Damian Priest versus Sami Zayn versus Sheamus versus Bronson Reed versus
That would have
Luke
been a
Kaiser.
banger.
would have. WWE United States Championship ladder match, LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso versus Andrade versus Solo Sikoa versus Santos Escobar
2 ladder
versus
matches,
Carmelo
one for
Hayes
each night. Come on, you guys
versus
dropped the
Shinsuke
ball.
Nakamura.
Jesus, what the? Like, come on, guys.
I'm not going to front. That WrestleMania card sounds better than the one we actually got.
I mean, we could take take 2 or 3 matches from the one we had and put it on that board. WrestleMania would have been amazing.
It honestly feels like to me that Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble fucked up the whole entire WrestleMania card.
I mean, I didn't want to say that. Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but they
had
wanted
to shock people though, you know,
because it was the moment. It was like pan out. Remember when they was in the gorilla room? Pan out, see out the hole, and they was like, "Look at that! They're already eating already. They're already doing it. They're already doing it." That's what they wanted. They wanted the the moments. They're all about moments and not about like longevity at this point in the game. They said it. I didn't say that. They did.
Yeah, they're moment makers.
Yes. Moment makers.
They're moment merchants at this point. It's what they're. This is what we do. We create moments. Power Drive Finisher says H needs someone to blame for his booking. I guess Jay.
Jay and The Rock, 1 or 2 people. But you know what you said, you wanted to put the rocket ship on his back, right? When you said that to him, right? You didn't say, I think you need to just get in the gym more, do a little bit more. Like I need you to build up to this because we're about to put this like on you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when you would have had that conversation with him. But he botched a few things. He was botching it before he got the rocket ship, to be honest. Now I told you I wasn't really behind the whole like yeet system in the first place. Like, but whatever. It's cool. It's there. It happened. It's a good moment to be there live to do a yeet. And if he comes down your section, that's even better because you're on TV or whatever. But other than that, like super kick, chop, and then we jump off the top rope. Scene.
That's super kick. Yeah, that's it. Spear, a bad spear. Speaking of Jey Uso, we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw from this past week. The show featured yet another Hulk Hogan tribute segment. Yay, to kick off the show. His son Nick Hogan and Eric Bischoff were in attendance for the tribute, where Triple H just played the recording of the same thing that he said during Friday Night SmackDown, which was hilarious.
Oh, they did on Monday too?
Yep, he just replayed
I missed that part.
He didn't show up. So he just replayed what he said on SmackDown.
Oh, he wasn't there. What?
Yeah. Jey Uso then came out and he was immediately interrupted by Paul Heyman, who talked about how Jey was like family to him, but was always lied to by his own family. However, Uso said that he was always fighting for his family, and he would do so once again when he teams with Roman Reigns against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed at SummerSlam. This led to Jey picking up a DQ win in the main event over Bronson Reed due to outside interference from Braun Breaker. Roman Reigns came out to make the save, but the Braun Stars would get the upper hand with spears and tsunamis galore, ending with a few tsunamis on Jey and Roman, and a massive spear by Braun Breaker on both Roman and Jey through the barricade before Bronson Reed did one of the most hilarious things I've seen on WWE TV in a while. He jacked Roman Reigns for his sneakers.
Where's Jay's? The bullies. Awesome. I'm a bully. That's what I do. Raw.
This was awesome. To close the show, the Braun Stars look like absolute force here.
Yeah.
Then you had AJ Styles teaming with the Kabuki Warriors, beat the Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio, Roxanne Perez, and Raquel Rodriguez in a pretty fun trios opener. Yes. While the Judgment Days, Finn Balor and JD McDonough defeated the LWO in a solid match to retain the World Tag Team Championships, thanks to outside interference from not one, but two El Grande Americanos, as Finn and JD retained. Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross had a sit-down interview to tease their SummerSlam matchup, where they agreed that if Sammy loses, he has to say that Kross was always right. But if Kross loses, Kross has to admit he was wrong. Sheamus picked up a win over Grayson Waller. Post-match, Rusev attacked him to set up a matchup for next week. Stephanie Vaquer teamed with Io Sky, Nikki Bella, and Rhea Ripley to defeat Chelsea Green, the Secret Hervis, and Naomi in an entertaining 8-woman tag team matchup. And finally, you had
Nikki Bella, but whatever.
CM Punk confronted World Heavyweight Champion Gunther and cut a fired up promo about needing to win the World Heavyweight Championship. The World Heavyweight Champion, for all the fans who have chanted his name for the past 10 years to hype their SummerSlam bout. What did you think about this week's Monday Night Raw, Krssi Luv?
There was good parts about things. It wasn't a bad show. It was better than SmackDown for sure.
That's very low bar. Very low bar right there.
But nevertheless, the women's match was good. The mixed tag was really good. It's only a matter of time before Dom kisses Raquel.
Roxanne.
Roxanne, excuse me, wrong R. Before he gets caught, and he's like, "Oh, why don't we just call Liv?" He's like, "Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me go call her." So like to play, how to play Switch, Liv. Oh yeah, let's call her. While she's injured, she could still be on TV. I figure they've written her out so much that it's like now she's forgotten. But I figure have her arm in a sling or something like that, and just have her still getting quarrels and still be or maybe she just should do a pop up next week and be like, "Hey guys, just I came to see the doctor. They said I'm not clear, but I was I had to come see you guys. I missed you or whatever." Put her neck on Roxanne just to make that friction continue. But other than that, Raw wasn't bad at all. The ending was great. They look like absolute stars. Bronson, I'm so happy for him, especially after that the whole fiasco of what happened in November when he got injured, and now he's back and he's bigger than ever. You and JJ made me look at this promo from CM Punk in a whole different way. I never think that
more JJ than me.
Well, yeah, but you guys, I'm there watching and listening to you guys talk about it. I was like, I didn't even look at it that way until you said, "I need this. I want this is what I need this in my vein." He needed another hit. He's like a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? He need to get high. That's how he sounded when he said that promo.
He did. He kind of went a little ham. I liked it more than the week prior because it felt like he had more energy.
Correct.
He had more energy than he did in
you
that promo that could have been an email.
Yes. Right. Karrion Kross is doing a great job, but no one really cares about the match. Just letting guys know that. They just they're giving this to him so he could be on do something on TV or whatever. But no one really gives a shit about him and Sami Zayn. I promise you.
And the chat kind of agrees with you. Myron says Zayn and Kross is going to be my go-to the bathroom get a snack match.
Sorry, are you going there, sir? Are you doing that in the house? You're just gonna go make you something?
Just in the house. In the house, probably. And yes, I did hear Nikki Boy saying, "Did y'all hear?" Nikki said that one of her implants got knocked out of place during that matchup on Raw.
She shouldn't have been in the fucking match in the first place.
Damn, Krssi.
We didn't need her. Tell me I'm lying without telling me I'm lying.
Hey, I'm a fan of Nikki Bella. I will not say any wrong things about the Diva Scope. the goat of all divas. Someone who loved divas, though, Miss Krssi Luv, Vince McMahon is in the news this week. Vince McMahon was involved in a nasty-looking car accident last week, according to a new report. TMZ reports.
Right. Look at him. He walked away perfectly fine. Yeah, right.
TMZ reports that the former WWE chairman was involved in a car accident on the early morning of July 24th, hours before the news of Hulk Hogan's passing was revealed. McMahon's car, a 2024 Bentley, was driving in Westport, Connecticut when it struck a 2023 BMW 430 and hit a wooden beam guardrail. McMahon's car was mangled and then was hit by a third vehicle strong enough to deploy the airbags in the first two cars. All three drivers had their seatbelts on and no serious injuries were reported, though each vehicle had to be towed. McMahon got a misdemeanor summons for reckless driving and following too closely. He will appear in court late next month. Fightful Select has a report with details on the reaction to the news in the wrestling world. Longtime employees and people close to Vince McMahon claimed to Fightful that it was a joke but serious within the company for years that McMahon had a reputation of being an erratic driver. It would reportedly got to a point where some people in his closest circle would intentionally avoid riding along with him in a car when offered. Additionally, it said that McMahon's issues of erratic driving date back for decades and are not merely a result of his advancing age. He's currently 79 years old. After the news broke, many speculated that McMahon typically used a driver and hadn't driven much himself lately. However, Fightful reports that one source close to McMahon stated that while McMahon is driven to places on occasion, he always enjoyed driving himself. McMahon using a driver usually happened when he was on the road with WWE. Also, Fightful reports that the same source shared their belief that McMahon driving on his own made him feel grounded, while also jokingly mentioning that McMahon drives a car that costs around $250,000.
Crazy.
This man is 79 years old. He got no business at all. Freaking driving. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Driving at all.
He should not be driving himself. He is way too old. I mean,
when the last time you got an eyes checked at the DMV? I'll wait.
Yeah, someone asked me, like, how do they do it in the US? I was like, I don't think they have like an age restriction on driving, but he should definitely get checked out every year.
You have to every time you go renew it, you have to check your eyes. And if your eyes are good, then that means you can still drive. But nevertheless, this right here just shows that he might need to stop driving.
Or it shows that he was probably I think like this was hours before the news dropped of Hulk Hogan's passing, but I believe he probably knew about Hulk Hogan's passing before the news was released. So maybe he was driving to get his mind off of things or something like that. He wasn't in the right state of mind to be on the road, but I mean, based on his history, though, I don't think he should be on the road, period.
Right. He shouldn't be driving, especially if this is happening like this. Yeah.
Frantic Rose says Vince was probably listening to some Gunna music and just zoned out laughing. Laughing emoji face. I'm glad everyone was okay and not hurt. Yes, I'm glad everybody was okay, but definitely it was Vince who was doing the harm here. That's
it was him.
Mr. Mina. And Luis says he was listening to Fiend too hard. He was like,
you know what?
Fiend. And I'm driving and like, nah. He was like going in. Nikki Boy says, I'm surprised Vince doesn't have someone to drive for him, honestly. Yeah. That is a little bit surprising.
Especially since he's an older gentleman now. He should have a driver. But I guess when you're old, you don't want to give up certain things that you used to do. So, but like Stephanie and Shane's gonna be like, bro, you after this thing, you can't drive no more.
Yeah, they gotta get to him and be like, yeah, let's sit him down and be like, yeah, you're gonna have to need this driver. You need this driver.
You need this,
on.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got Watching Stuff who says if this was Triple H driving, they'd be a 3-part documentary on how this was a miracle and he's blessed by God. Yes, where he's the main character. That's actually true. That's actually what Triple H sounds like. Something Triple H would do. And yeah, I did notice that there was snow. I think was it snow on the ground or was it just white stuff? I don't know. Our producer let me know in the chat in the first picture that we showed here for it. I don't know.
It's probably rain.
Yeah, maybe rain. Maybe rain that got cold.
We've been having like crazy rain over here, so it was probably
that's true. That's true. Luis says that band should be in jail, not driving.
That's also a fact, but you know, hey, what do we know, right?
Money gets you off of stuff.
Absolutely.
A top WWE star is getting a new theme. Becky Lynch posted a teaser on her Instagram story this week of which Fightful Select has confirmed has big implications for her. She's expected to get a new theme song imminently. The band The Wonder Years completed a theme for Becky Lynch a number of months ago, and the wheels have been in motion to have her use it on WWE television. This is Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch has had the same theme song for quite some time, dating back to her time over in NXT, and was somehow able to leap past Def Rebel, which, God bless her, the luck of the Irish, I guess. This will be her first theme with full-on lyrics as well. The theme she's been using, Celtic Invasion, lasted about 10 years and was produced by CFO $, back during her NXT run. So Becky Lynch, man, she's got the gift of God, it seems like. I don't know.
Good for her. Hopefully it's good music.
Yeah, I know the Wonder Years. They're a good band. I think it's gonna be good stuff. Oh, so yeah, Davion mentioning
tonight.
Maybe SummerSlam is the type of event that they usually would have. Yeah, like special music or new music for somebody. Davion says the Wonder Years did the theme song for NXT Stand and Deliver 2024. Okay. Good shout there. PW Insider reports that WWE Hall of Famer Brie Bella, this is great news for Krssi, has been spotted in New Jersey for WWE SummerSlam 2025 festivities this weekend. It's unknown if she will be appearing on camera in any official capacity, but she's in town. She is in town. I heard that the news is she's in town for a wine thing for the Bella's wine that they have made. But the reason we bring this up here is during the latest episode of the Nikki and Brie show, Brie Bella revealed that her husband, Bryan Danielson, working for AEW, is part of the reason why she hasn't returned to WWE just yet. However, she noted that she's staying mindful of the silver lining. She said, as of late, there has been what I kind of consider a roadblock, but it's also a good sign. That's where I make a joke, because when I've been on red carpets and interviews, there's one question I constantly get asked, and it is, when will we see you back in the ring? As if I have that power. I always make a joke because when I'm doing interviews, I don't want to ever answer something serious, because usually it's a quick question and they need a quick answer. And I have constantly made the joke waiting on the call, which in some ways can be true. And in some ways, I'm just saying something cheeky and sweet so I can get to the next question. What I wanted to bring up when I look at that, I know my roadblock is the fact that my husband is with the rival company. For some people, it makes them uncomfortable at WWE, thinking I would be there when my husband is with AEW. You know what? That's okay. I've kind of looked at that roadblock as people have the right to feel. People feel uncomfortable, they're uncomfortable. That's okay. They have that right. Does it bum me out at times that I wish feelings were different? Absolutely. But it doesn't make me angry or bitter. It makes me feel like right there is a sign that I'm supposed to be staying in my soft girl era.
Love that for her.
Hey, she's got the right mindset about it. Some people would be bitter and upset because it is very petty just because her husband works there.
Like her sister?
I mean, her sister don't have a husband.
Exactly.
What? Why are you doing that to her? Why are you doing that to her?
I'm sorry.
Be nice. Be nice.
But no, her sister's always like the one that always needs to be in the forefront and always needs to be like in the spotlight and everything like that. So that's why I was like, like her sister. Her sister would have been like, "Oh my God, why are you guys doing this?" Like she would have made a bigger deal of it. Then
that is true.
That's what I mean. But between the two of them, Bree is the more one that's more of like level-headed one. The other one, hence why she's in the what she's in right now.
She put her foot down. I respect Nikki for that.
Okay,
all right.
Whatever.
Time for our Lucha Libre AAA update in regards to WWE. A new report has some details on WWE's plans for AAA now that the deal to acquire the company has reportedly closed. It was previously reported by Super Luchas that the official sale of AAA to WWE would close on August 1st, which was yesterday. The Wrestling Observer newsletter has some details on what the plan is with the company, noting that the current idea is to align AAA closer to the WWE style, and as has been suggested previously, use AAA as a feeder system in Mexico similar to NXT. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, coaches from Mexico will be brought to the WWE Performance Center to learn WWE's methods and mythology before they start teaching talent. Jeremy Borash is the point man for WWE on AAA, and Pete Dunne has been working as a producer for AAA. The Performance Center in Mexico will hire trainers from the country and bring in U.S. trainers, teaching younger talent to do both American style and lucha libre wrestling. People in AAA are expecting better TV production with everything going digital, with the plan to have the Performance Center opened in mid to late 2026. The plan is to keep the referees currently with AAA, but have them do more of the WWE style. WWE have been very pleased with Jose Manuel Grain and Roberto Figueroa, who will remain as the Spanish announce team. More WWE wrestlers will appear on AAA shows, and there is not currently a plan to go after CMLL's talent as of now. The report goes on to note that WWE plans to cut back on the veterans from AAA's past and avoid bringing back past stables and stars, seeking younger talent who can work a style that is more Americanized but still distinctly different from the main roster in NXT. AAA still has existing contracts with Space and HBO Max in Mexico and will remain on those. As for Alberto El Patron, there are no plans to use him in the United States currently. There are those who believe he will return to AAA soon, but some in WWE reportedly want him on the main roster, though others want to write him off and never have him return following his loss that exiled him from AAA. The site points out that if bringing him back was not the plan in AAA, he would talk to the press to get something started, and that hasn't happened yet. In a post on Twitter, WWE CCO Triple H announced that AAA's Triple Mania 33 will stream on YouTube next month. The event takes place on August 16th. He wrote, AAA is on fire. Last night in Mexico City, wall-to-wall action from every match, a sing-along with El Grande Americano, and proof that no matter where he is, Dominic Mysterio is a star. Hashtag Triple Mania streams on YouTube August 16th from Mexico City. Are you ready? A new report says that WWE and AAA are actually considering a mega championship reign for Dominic Mysterio. Dirty Dom is set to battle Dragon Lee, El Grande Americano, and current champion El del Vikingo for the latter's championship at Triple Mania 33. WrestleVotes reports that the companies are considering having Mysterio win the title. He is the current WWE Intercontinental Champion, and it was noted that the notion of AAA's mega champion appearing weekly on Netflix is appealing to everyone involved. So we know about the changes to AAA. So 2 questions stemming from this whole report here. Do you think that Alberto El Patron will show back up in WWE one day? And do you think that they will make the move to make Dominic Mysterio the AAA mega champion?
Absolutely. You saw that pop he got when he came out.
Yeah.
Dom is a star. Yeah, I think people are forgetting how big Dom is. From when he came in from the pandemic to right now, he's a fucking star. Like, let's just like call it a spade a spade. And he doesn't do bad in certain matches. Not all, but certain, you know. So that's the thing. As far as Patron is concerned, 75%.
I will say it's like 45%. Not 50-50, but 45, I would say, of him returning to WWE. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. Just me, maybe. But Myron Kidd says, who's getting bent over the hardest? TNA or AAA?
AAA.
Yeah, they bought AAA. At least they're honest about it. But Volop thinks it's TNA. He said AAA is at least honestly owned by WWE. TNA gets fucked for free.
Damn, Bob. That's crazy. Damn.
We got Dolores in the chat. Good to see you, Dolores.
Oh my God, where have you been? How are you, love?
Dolores says, listen, as a AAA watcher, the legends ain't make not pop, but be like, why we doing this? Yeah, the legends in Mexico, they wrestle into the 70s, like Blue Panther. Blue Panther is like 70 years old, still wrestling.
Well, they flat out just like, okay, we don't care about the older people. We want all young American people to come. Like, well, the whole point is the AAA. Like, why you like? That's the whole point of this whole like. You changing the whole style of the way they wrestle? No, that's the whole point of the way they wrestle is the difference. Like, why are you doing this? Like, you got to put your stamp on anything because you own it, right?
This is what we do. This is what we do.
WWE NXT this week, they did 647,000 viewers. Miss Krssi Luv. The show featured Ethan Page picking up a win over Santino Marella in a solid main event to retain the NXT North American Championship. The most controversial and talked about segment from the show had to be Blake Monroe, who cut a promo basically body shaming Jordynne Grace for how she used to look before her body transformation over the past 5 years and how she didn't look like championship material. This led to Lola Vice, Jada Parker, and Kalani Jordan interrupting, getting into a brawl to set up Kalani versus Blake next week on NXT. Jada Parker was also in action earlier in the night as she beat Jasmine Nix, while Fallon Henley picked up a win over Lash Legend thanks to outside interference from Nia Jax. Post-match, Jax laid out Legend. Tavion Heights picked up a win over Charlie Dempsey to gain his freedom from the No Quarter Catch crew, while Javon Evans looked to call out the biggest dog in the yard after the Undertaker's advice in Houston, but he got TNA World Champion Trick Williams instead. After a brief exchange, Evans let it be known that he was actually talking about NXT champion Obafemi, which led to Wesley and High Rise coming out and leading to all the heels jumping Javon. Later in the show, though, Evans would get his revenge as he defeated Lee in a great match and then post-match he stared down with both Trick and Oba. So we might run back the Stand and Deliver main event at Heatwave coming up on August 24th, which goes head to head with Forbidden Doors. So we'll have to see about that.
I wish they stopped doing that.
It's happening. This is what let's pray that No Mercy in September is not on the same day as All Out. Let's just do that. We can't complain about something they already announced. Let's just hope that they stop. This is the last time.
Because all of the AEW shows have been pre-announced for like a year in advance. But you keep putting your shows on these people's shows, but you say you're not worried about anything. So you put poor NXT against these people.
But they're not worried about them. They're not competition. You didn't know, Krssi? They're not competition.
Go on Unreal and say that shit too. Say it. I dare you. I want them to say it. I triple dare you.
What did you think about Blake Monroe's promo on Jordan Grace?
I think Blake Monroe's need her money back. Well, no, give her money back to them and leave. She made a bad decision to jump ship. No one wants to say it, but I will. It's okay. I'll be the bad guy. That's fine. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not liking this run of hers. I think, and it's not like we've seen a lot of her. That's probably why. I mean, but the stuff that we have seen ain't been good.
No, it has not. It has not.
You put a rocket ship on her, and it's not moving at all. Like the fire is not there.
It feels like WWE saw the Toni Storm promo where she said that she's gonna sentence Mariah May to a lifetime of mediocrity, and they were like, "Yeah, that's the best way to book her." Mediocre. She's a mediocre, cute, pretty girl. She's a mediocre, pretty girl. And like the thing is that Mariah May is so damn good. She's one of the, she could be easily one of the best women's wrestlers in the world today. And at times during her AEW run, she was that. To now see her basically play the same character that Terry Runnels played in the 90s, that Sunny played in the 90s, that Stable played in the 90s, that Michelle McCool played in the 2010s, that Trish Stratus, when she was heel, played in the 2000s. Like, she is just the blonde, pretty girl doing the same thing that we've seen for the past 25 to 30 years.
Sad, but
it's very beneath her, and the whole thing.
Yes,
the whole thing. I'm totally fine with heels doing heel things or being mean to the baby faces. Body shaming is not something that should be completely off limits, but it has to have a point and it should be set up properly. Like if they had done those segments with Mariah May and Jordan Grace, with them glamorizing Jordan Grace, and Jordan Grace had said, I used to deal with body dysmorphia, and I used to have issues with my body, and despite me being in amazing shape, I still see that girl that I used to be. If she had said that to Mariah May and now Mariah May is using that against her, that is a story that makes sense. That means you're doing the body shaming for a reason to draw heat to her. This just felt lazy. It was a tired trope, but it just was lazily written. It was lazily performed. It was just poor all around. It was all around bad. It sucked.
Yeah, it sucked. It's not no fire in her. I don't see like any like driven. I don't think there's any like light that makes her like this. And it's a difference between when I first seen her live when she fought Queen Aminata, and it was like that's not the same person. Not the same person, and it's sad. But it's a reason why she's not on the main roster. You're not ready. Your material is not there yet. And it's like,
well, it's not her. It's not her writing the material. It's the writers. She is ready for the main roster. She showed that in AEW. It's just when you have these shitty writers, you got 10 writers in the writing room, and then you got all the people in the war room, the 6-7 people that are all male, no women or melanin in that room, no estrogen or melanin in that room. And then they realized that there was no women in the writing room, so they did a Zoom call with the woman right in the middle. The one woman in the writer's room was right in the middle, so nobody would miss her.
And then the guy that was there, that one melanin guy, I don't even know his name. That was in that room. It was one guy. He had on glasses, and I seen him like he was standing there for like the Hogan stuff. He was there in the background hugging the girls when they came back in. So I've seen him there. Like he has a headset on, but I don't know his name. He didn't even talk that whole show. Those 5 episodes, like he probably talked, but they didn't put it in there.
No, it was like, you sit there. We just need you to just sit there and not say a damn word.
Oh, thank you. That's his name. Okay, Ryan Dunn. Well, Ryan is there, but I don't think his voice is being heard. I think he's just there as a seat filler.
He was seen but not heard.
Right. Or he's there and he works there, but they're not taking his ideas because the person's ideas is it was 4 people I seen. Bruce, the other man with the spiky hair, Michael Hayes.
Koski.
Yep, him and Michael Hayes and Paul Levesque.
Yeah, Ian
those are 4
nice
people that say that. Yeah, no one else I've seen.
We got another super chat donation from our good brother Chuck Buries. Thank you so much, Chuck Buries, for the support. He says, Miss Krssi, remember when I asked you about a better projection between Lash Legend and Queen Aminata? Well, this time replace the Queen with Jade Cargill and answer me that if you will. So who do you think has a better projection, Lash Legend or Jade Cargill, Krssi?
Lash Legend.
I think that they did Jade Cargill a disservice by not starting her in NXT.
Because look at Lash. Lash wasn't even like this. Lash her partner was doing way better than her. And then Lash was like, "Oh shit, I got to step my shit up." And then you've seen Lash on TV more often. She was talking more. She was doing more. Jade, like all of the other girls, should have at least started in NXT. You made Julia start in NXT. You made Stephanie start there. Shit, Jordan Grace is still fucking there. And Jordan Grace should have been on the fucking main roster, if you ask me.
Also true.
Like, Jordan Grace does not belong in NXT, but I guess they need people in NXT. No problem. Fine. Jordan Grace is top. She shouldn't even be with those girls, but I guess they have to have some type of veteran status or person to be over there, and you need Monroe to feud with somebody. So here we go. But Lash has done so much. I remember when they was like, I don't know if Lash gonna make it, son.
When she first got here, she did not know how to wrestle.
When Lash was there and we was like, Lash is like, she has potential, but she's just botching and she's just doing bad. And then once she got in that group, the wheels was
Metaphor.
turning. Once she got a Metaphor, you got with a group of people and you start like being with them, you practice, and she got in a tag team. Sky was the limit, and she's good. Like, she was in the Royal Rumble, like, she's good. But you have to. And
now they're giving her a feud with Nia Jax on NXT.
2 big girls. Mind you, we were supposed to get that feud. That Nia Jax and Jade was supposed to have that feud. Why are we not having that? I don't know. Why I don't. It was on the paper.
Maybe after Jade wins the title tonight.
Oh Lord! And then we're gonna give this girl a title. And don't get me wrong, guys. I like Jade Cargill. I think she's a phenomenal person. I think she's a great character. Wrestling wise, though, she's again. And then the bell rings. Like, people have to carry her through the matches. Like, they've had her in this bubble. They've done her a disservice, I feel like. And I think she's beautiful. I think she's great. And again, for someone that's been doing this for a while now and people have been teaching you, I don't think it's not clicking. Like, there's not something is off once she gets into the ring.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if she forgets or is it still nerves? Like, she shouldn't be so nervous. Like, I don't know what it is.
We shall see. We'll talk about that more when we get to predictions. I just dropped the link once again for the stream here, so you can join us on screen for our call-in episode. If you want to talk some more about WWE as we wrap things up, you can join us if you will now. But I want to highlight a few of these comments here. Oh, so it's not Ryan Dunn, it's Ryan Ward you're thinking of, Myron Kid. Ryan Ward he calls Ryan Ward the true architect of NXT Black and Gold, but of course Triple H took the credit for all of it, though. Yeah, Ryan Ward was the brainchild. He was the genius behind everything that happened in Black and Gold, but Triple H was the face of the brand, so he took all the credit.
Got it.
Yeah, of course, Negro Buck, if you want to join us again and talk some AEW, we're about to get into that. Just give me like like 3 minutes, and we'll get into AEW, and you can join us, talk about your thoughts on this week in AEW. Why not? And I agree with Davion. I called this out last night on SmackDown. Mind you, when we talked about SmackDown, did not even mention that. They literally, I counted the minutes, Krssi Luv. They took like 5 minutes to build up Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton across 3 weeks. They had a 2-minute video package promo on the first week after Evolution. They had the post-match of last week after Jade beat Chelsea Green. Mm-hmm. They did like 2 minutes there. And then last night they had a 1.5 minute backstage segment to build it up.
Again, they've forgotten who their women's champion is. Like, they focus more on like the Io Rhea stuff that they've forgotten about SmackDown. And that Tiffany was the champion. Like, you know, once she beat Charlotte at Mania, it's like you've never really like seen or heard from her, like barely.
Do you think she's getting punished for the Charlotte feud in that promo?
I would hope not.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't put it past them.
We can't put anything past these guys at this point in the game.
WWE NXT, a North American champion, Ethan Page, is riding high right now. He's defended his championship once again on this week's NXT against TNA Director of Authority Santino Marella, and he also recently served as the Grand Marshal. Ariana Grace. She was on TNA this week. We'll get into that. He faced Santino. He was also Ethan Page was also recently served as the Grand Marshal at the NASCAR Xfinity race in Dover, Delaware. According to a report by Wrestling Observer Newsletter, the CW is very high on Ethan Page at the moment. The Observer notes that the CW loves the NXT superstar and they want to use him for more crossover promotional opportunities, noting that he's been doing a lot of media as of late and repping for WWE and NASCAR. The CW reportedly loves how well Ethan Page handles himself with his media obligations. And additionally, the Observer newsletter notes that both Page and his on-air rival, Ricky Saints, are said to be on the radar for main roster call-ups for NXT. The report does not indicate when that might happen, though. So good on Ethan Page.
They're going to be stuck in the mid-card. Look at poor Carmelo.
It has also been noted that WWE Speed might be over. The last episode of WWE Speed debuted on X on July 9th, but there haven't been any new episodes of the show since then. There's an update on the show's status in this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter. The Observer noted that WWE is no longer taping new episodes of Speed, and the titles appear to be all but forgotten. The newsletter speculates that the contract with X likely expired. Whether it will be renewed is unknown. In asking WWE sources about the status of Speed, they don't know one way or the other, noting that they are giving the impression that WWE Speed was so insignificant that no one has talked about it. WWE has yet to make an official word on the status of Speed and taping new episodes. Sol Ruca currently holds the WWE Speed Women's Championship, while the men's Speed title is held by El Grande Americano. Mattel even revealed a new WWE Elite Andrade action figure at San Diego Comic-Con last week that featured a WWE Speed title belt accessory. And if the Speed titles are phased out, WWE will have only 21 active championships, including the WWE ID championships. So, speaking of which, let's talk about WWE Evolve this week. The show featured Keanu Carver beating Sean Legacy in a decent main event, while Callie Armstrong, the WWE Evolve Women's Champion, came out looking to confront Jin Tala, but she got Tyra May Steele instead. Then Jin came out and wanted her shot at the Evolve Women's Championship. This led to Tala running Tyra into Callie and laid both women out to stand tall. Bryce Donovan picked up a win win over Marcus Mathers of the WWE ID program in the opener, while Jack Cartwheel defeated Jamar Hampton in a solid bout thanks to a distraction from It's Gall. And WWE finally crowned their WWE ID champions for the men's and women at the WWE ID Showcase. The show featured Cappuccino Jones defeating Jack Cartwheel to become the inaugural WWE ID men's champion, while Kylie Ray beat
GCW.
Yeah, it was presented by GCW. It was
Okay.
by GCW.
Okay. Okay.
Kylie Ray picked up a win over Zeta Steel and Zara Zakir to become the first ever WWE ID Women's Champion. So Kylie Ray and Cappuccino Jones are the first champions for WWE ID. It was presented by GCW, as the WWE ID program is for independent talent, so they had to come together. They use GCW basically.
Okay, they using people as they usually do. Got it.
Yeah. Using and abusing. Well, GCW make the money from the ticket sales at least. So.
Well, that's true. Yes.
Yeah, you know, one hand washes the other. I'll give WWE credit for that.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Exactly. Finally, if we're talking about WWE's other brands, we might as well talk about their other brand, TNA Impact this week. The show featured Leon Slater defeating Cedric Alexander and Jason Hodge in a quick three-way opener to retain the X Division Championship. Mike Santana cut an excellent promo about failing everyone by losing at TNA Slammiversary, consoling his daughter who was crying in the front row, and how he's going to get back to where he needs to be. He then made the promise to the fans that he will win the TNA World title one day. Danny Luna and Indy Hartwell picked up a win over Jody Threat and Ariana Grace, the Santino's daughter. The Rascals defeated the Nemesis in a solid tag team bout, while Masha Slamovich beat JC Jane via disqualification when Ash by Elegance came in to hit Masha with the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team title belt, setting up Ash versus JC for next week. The Systems, Moose, and Eddie Edwards picked up a win over Trick Williams and AJ Francis in a pretty solid main event, with Moose pinning Trick to set up a title match at Emergence later this month. And then you have finally had some TNA news in regards to their media rights deal. As previously reported, TNA Wrestling is looking to land a new media rights deal. And also, company president Carlos Silva said early last month that the new media rights deal for TNA could be 60 to 90 days away from happening. This week's Wrestling Observer newsletter has an update on that. According to the report, both A&E and CW are being rumored for TNA's new television home, and WWE would likely be involved in both cases. It's unknown what night TNA's flagship show Impact will air on its new network, but Dave Meltzer speculated that for WWE, the best night for Impact to run in a new time slot would be Wednesdays to run opposite AEW Dynamite. TNA Impact currently airs on Access TV at 8 p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday. Access TV is also primarily owned by TNA parent company Anthem Sports and Entertainment. You like that I did the long pause before I told you the little caveat there?
Like, they are their own worst fucking nightmares, I swear. Like, you do not want to see this company succeed. You just want to just take over and just no.
Of course not. They don't want to. They don't want that. No, they don't want that. They don't want AEW to succeed. Why would they want AEW to succeed? Does that sound like Paul Levesque and WWE to you?
I sound like Paul and Cody have a vendetta and they want these people to just fail. Like, I got Cody over here now. I got CM Punk. Look, your company is trash. And Abe Belt is over there succeeding. Brian is over there succeeding. Will is over there succeeding. Who else? I'm sorry.
They're upset about it. They're upset about it.
They are upset about it. And Bailey's on her way. Count your fucking Bailey. I have not heard not one person say, you know what? Fuck this. Bailey is going to go batshit crazy, and she should. Wasn't featured not one time. No one said anything about her. I mean, on this show, it was all about the younger stars.
I just think that Bailey's too loyal for some reason.
You think that she's like Natalia and she's just going to stay there forever? Oh my God, no.
Yeah, pretty much.
She's like Natty, like loyal to a fault.
Loyal to a fault, unfortunately.
At least give me a job doing something else. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Jesus.
Chuck Berries, thank you for the compliment here. He says, by the way, SP3, great preview of the GCW shows for the weekend and the Bloodsport as well. Appreciate you for that. Chuck Berries says, just keep it on Thursdays, for crying out loud.
Just keep it on
Why
Thursdays.
would they do something like that?
A&E has nothing playing on either day, just saying.
True. This is true.
They don't have anything except it's the first 48 probably, but you know, like
maybe
that's just that's like Law and Order reruns. It just keeps good. Just keep showing them. You know what I'm saying? Like
never ends, right?
Never ends, and I can watch them all day too. It's just or like is another show that they have, or is that on Discovery? It's like they get caught at the border, and they get all the people.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember the name of it.
Is it
Border Patrol or something like that? Yeah,
Border
something.
Patrol. Border Patrol.
I think it's Border Patrol, and they be getting the people that be trying to cross the border. It's a great show, by the way. I can watch that shit all fucking day too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like reruns. You can't. You got to take A&E ain't got shit playing. You could play it Why you don't want to play it on Monday or Tuesday?
Because that would go against them.
Friday.
They don't want to work against themselves.
You want to do it on Wednesday. Wednesday of all days. Wednesdays. Fuck you.
Why would they throw their girl out in the club to go against them? They throwing the girl out in the club to go against the other guy. That's what they doing. But
or play it after. We got it before your shows or after your shows. Like, come on, like get out of here.
We got our special guest back with us again. Call-in guest Negro Buck is back. Welcome back, Negro Buck.
Appreciate it. I just gotta say, Krssi, the main reason. Yeah, main reason why they're not gonna just put the show on Thursday if this thing goes through, it'd be too easy. It'd be too easy to just not talk about a company that they don't consider to be competition. Be way too easy.
Like
they have so much hatred. They have so much hatred and pettiness that they need to focus on to somebody.
Collision works so much better on a Thursday. Make it go on a Thursday. You could go back to back after that. Go against that. Collision was so good on a Thursday. Nothing's happening on Thursdays unless you're outside.
I'd be fine with that because Collision would still wash Impact in the ratings.
This is true. Like, despite Collision not doing the best ratings, it would probably still be better than TNA. Give us your thoughts on anything we mentioned, because I do have to refresh because it's not letting me scroll down. So I'll be right back.
All right. But and Krssi, what you were saying about Bayley, from your lips to God's ears, because I also believe, just like SP3, she's far too loyal.
Do you? What?
She deserves better, but I know it is. It really is, and I've been a fan of the role model.
Before they even pushed Bayley, and Bayley is just like, she makes lemons out of lemonade. She would work with anybody.
Chicken shit out of chicken salad.
That's what I'm saying. And like,
always puts others before herself.
Always. And this whole like Lyra feud, and you have us like stuck in the like verse, and like made Becky just come in and like take the belt.
Didn't even get her WrestleMania moment.
Not even. She got one WrestleMania, and that was at 40. Barely, and she barely got that.
Yeah. It's unfortunate because I really do think that, she could definitely be like, because SP3, you've said it before about Seth Rollins, where if he wanted to, he could leave and he could go to AEW and he could immediately be a top guy there. He could be a top guy, having amazing matches on weekly TV, on pay-per-view, winning the world title. I think Bayley could do that same thing in AEW. She could do that with Queen Aminata, with Chris Statlander and Willow.
What?
Yo, Mercedes is right there. Your best friend is right there.
And she's trying to lure her in. She's like, please, come on. We can have some fun together. Look at me, I got
8 belts. Like,
join us, Pamela. Join us.
All of my belts, and you don't even have none.
Half these belts could be yours.
I'll let you hold them.
I'll let you have 4. I'll let you 4.
let's talk about AEW this week. We'll start from last Saturday, AEW Collision. They did 327,000 viewers. The show featured Athena picking up a win over Alex Windsor in a very good main event to retain the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. Post-match, Athena and Billy Starks jumped Windsor until Timeless Tony Storm came out to make the save. Bang Bang Gang's Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn defeated the Learning Trees, Big Bill and Brian Keefe to advance in the AEW World Tag Team Title Eliminator Tournament. Anthony Bowens answered the Best Wrestler Alive Open Challenge, picking up a win over Max Caster, who was cheered more than Bowens.
Insane.
Post-match, Bowens assaulted Caster some more before Billy Gunn pulled him off of his former tag team partner. The Conglomerations, Hologram, and Tomohiro Ishii teamed up with the Outrunners to score a victory over the Infantry, Hector Zero, and Lance Archer of the Don Callis family to win the $400,000 All-Star Tag Team matchup. The Matriarchies, Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian, beat Angelico and AR Fox, while Dustin Rhodes defeated Lee Moriarty in a pretty good opener to retain the TNT championship. And post-match, he got the challenge from Kyle Fletcher for Chicago Street Fight, which we'll talk about shortly here. But then you had AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. They did 612,000 viewers. The show featured Hangman Adam Page defeating Jon Moxley in a tremendous encounter to retain the AEW World Championship that saw the Death Riders try to get involved, only for Darby Allin to deliver a huge balcony dive onto them before Page won the matchup to retain the title. But later, we saw MJF, who already got a thumbs down earlier in the night from Shelton Benjamin as he continues his Hurt Syndicate storyline. He confronted Hangman backstage to gaslight him for being a coward by not giving him an AEW World Title match without his contract, and even brought up Swerve Strickland to get under his skin, only for Page to turn it back on him by goading Max to face Mark Briscoe if he wants a shot. This led to Mark Briscoe picking up a win over Ricochet in a great main event. Post-match, Briscoe cut a fired-up, passionate, amazing promo about being worried that he'll never see his brother again, as his brother's in that mansion in heaven, and he feels like he wants to kill MJF in cold blood for bringing up his brother twice. MJF showed up on the Contron and says that he will face Briscoe next week to prove Hangman wrong if he makes it to that matchup, as Max came from behind and low-blowed Mark before revealing his MJF did nothing wrong shirt. Before MJF could use the Dynamite Diamond Ring, though, out came Hangman Page to make the save, leading to Max running and getting "You're a coward" chants from the fans as Page and Briscoe stood tall to close the show. The Young Bucks scored a win over the Outrunners in a damn good opener to advance in the AEW World Tag Team Title Eliminator Tournament. They also got no entrance and didn't even get their name in the lower thirds. Post-match, because Kazuchika Okada came out to congratulate Matt and Nick before jumping the Outrunners together until Swerve Strickland made the save, ending with Swerve hitting a swerve stomp onto the Elite from the top rope to the floor. The Bucks also had a nice interaction with FTR backstage during the show, as they seem to be teasing that to be the finals of the tournament. Christian Cage cut a very long, very rambling promo explaining that he's an asshole and he has disowned the patriarchy. This led to the Matriarchies, Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian jumping Christian and delivering a concerto to him to take him out. Athena and Billy Starks beat Timeless Tony Storm and Alex Windsor in a very good tag team bout, with Athena pinning the AEW Women's World Champion and showing her the contract to seize the potential matchup. Negro Buck, what did you think about Collision last Saturday or AEW Dynamite this past Wednesday with Hangman and Moxley in the rematch from All In?
I'll talk about Dynamite since I watched the full show. I only saw a few clips of Collision, but I feel like it was a pretty good show this week. The stuff with the Young Bucks is hilarious to me. Like, still, I love that they kind of just basically gave them the bum-ass Baron Corbin gimmick, but I like it. I also like the promo that they did before the match where they kind of canonized that Tony Khan is basically just giving away their money and their salary in all these big money matches.
That was a nice touch.
So that was a good little connector there. For Mox and Hangman, really good match, even though, rules seem to not apply in certain things in AEW. But I was intrigued like the whole time, I thought I'd be kind of looking at my phone a bit because, anybody who knows me knows I have not been a big fan of this whole John Moxley Death Riders thing. Guy killed my goat, so I'm a little biased. But at the same time, before all the shenanigans happened, I'm like, where was this John Moxley the last 9 months?
He was in the back. He was holding a briefcase. That's why.
He showed up at All In. That was his best performance ever.
Yeah, him and
All
In.
I thought this match was tremendous. I thought this was one of
really
the best Dynamite TV matches of the year so far because they could have like just relied on the violence like they did at All In, but they gave us a different kind of matchup than All In that was just as good as the All In main event.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And I just this run that Mark Briscoe's on, not just with this MJF feud, but these promos, like, man, you really got to give it to Mark. And he's been doing this a long time. And, for a while he was kind of lumped in with his brother. Obviously because the Briscoes are one of the greatest tag teams to ever step foot in a wrestling ring. And then you had Jay kind of doing his own thing in Ring of Honor when he was the world champion and showing that he could cut it as a top guy with the promos and the matches. And I love that Mark is finally getting the chance to do the same thing himself. And a lot of these promos, I feel like it's just like he's really taking his brother's essence with like the way that he speaks and just how commanding he is. Like, especially, I don't know if that was last week or a couple weeks ago, but when he said in that backstage promo, like, MJF, I'm gonna make you pay for your sins. Just that completely sounded like Jay. And that gave me, as The Rock would say, chills. So I'm really enjoying that. Shout out to Ricochet. He's not like super at the forefront, but he's definitely found his niche with this character in AEW.
My husband was like, Ricochet is a heel. I was like, yeah. He was like, interested. He was like, how did that even come about? I was like, well, he's a complete asshole. He was like,
yeah.
He starts laughing. Like I was like, but he's like the asshole that's just like
it works.
Right. And he does this. I told him he does a laugh. He does like this. He was like, he could not stop laughing.
Every time I hear it, it gets me. I'm just like, because I hated it the first time, but I'm like, you know what? This works.
He was like, I can see it though. I can see him being like that, like Drake, like this guy that's just like,
oh my God, yes.
He's basically Drake.
He thinks he's the hardest person, but
he's like, why did they never do that with him before?
Goodness.
I was like, because he was over there at the other place, but he's now having fun and he's a complete asshole. And everyone like loves an asshole. Like they'll give the person grace, but they're like, oh, he's just being an asshole. But it works for him. He's like, he's still like this cornball, but he's an asshole that's a cornball, and it just like even works even better.
Absolutely.
He just could not stop laughing.
Oh man, that's the perfect way to put it. AEW's Drake.
It is
AEW's Drake. Yes, Darius Aid, Trevor with the Jadakiss laugh at the end of every program.
It's too bad that he's fully bald and he doesn't even have a little bit of hair. Because if he shaved the little heart in his head like Drake had, that would just make it even better.
He should grow his hair.
Shave it into your beard. Do it in your beard.
Yeah, do it in the beard. There you go.
That's just 10 times more obnoxious, so I'd be here for that.
If he does it, that means he listened to the show and he copied it. He took our advice.
Hey, we know Triple H has a burner account.
Exactly.
Stranger things have happened.
I think he loves you guys when you
well, if anything, Tony Khan also watches this show, so he might be like, that's a good idea. Maybe this is the Nick Jackson that should be an EVP.
You're gonna get a new job. There you go.
Hey.
Krssi, what did you think about Dynamite this week and the Moxley and Hangman matchup?
I thought it was very well done, and it was very different than the other match that they had. I'm actually gonna miss their residency. I've gotten used to them being there.
That was a
I
great
like
look.
it's a good little place for them, and I didn't mind the smaller setting. And then like the people that's in the balcony area, I was like, it gives you like a whole different like view from like either like low, high. Like I like the residency, and I think that they should do more residencies, more places, so that the people are not traveling more, because it gets a toll. And you just come back to that main place, or if it's drivable, like I think he should like probably like look into making a big like residency or making a home near like Chicago or whatever, because you do really good there. Or one of the other places, maybe like Philly, like somewhere where you can get a good like run for like people that can get to you and that's accessible and will come weekly with no issue.
Yeah, they're doing the 2300 arena in Philadelphia in August. They're doing a residency there.
That's going to be really nice for them.
That's good. Good for them. That is really good. I like the whole residency thing. It just gives you like a main way, like your audience, what you should be doing, how your people will view your work. So it doesn't make sense for you to keep going to all of these states, wear and tear, paying all these tickets, and flights and everything for people. Like make it somewhere where it's accessible for everyone to like fly back and forth, or to just stay put while you're there. Get an Airbnb and stay there for a month.
Yeah, I really like this episode of Dynamite. I thought it was the best one since All In, out of all three of the shows in Chicago. But I agree with Chuck Berry. The only bad part was Christian Cage. What the hell was this promo?
I was trying so hard. To give him a chance. Because how many times did he stop what he was saying and say, I'm conducting my
business.
Christian, nobody's talking to you, brother. Nobody in the crowd saying anything.
Like they're just waiting for you to just go, and it just.
I mean, I appreciated for a split second I became an asshole with feelings line, but that was about as good as it got. I mean, everybody has an off night.
The opening line was the best part. My name is Christian Cage, and I'm an asshole.
If
he would have cut the promo like he's in Assholes Anonymous, it would have been a much better promo than what we
can we get a shirt like that? Hello, my name is Christian Cage, and I'm an asshole. I would buy that.
I would too. But it's not just AEW. Let's talk about AEW this week. It's former EVPs that are talking about AEW this week. As Cody Rhodes is speaking about his exit from All Elite Wrestling in a new interview, saying that he felt disrespected there, but still has a lot of love for the company. A teaser came out for a Rhodes interview with Bill Simmons podcast that was released on Wednesday night that featured Rhodes discussing his exit from AEW. He said, and I quote, "There's clearly bad blood, but there's also clearly respect and love. In the end, the way I see it, it is, if I felt disrespected ever at WWE, that's one thing. That's a company that was built. That's the Yankees. That's the flagship of it all. If I ever felt there, I was a number on a sheet, maybe.
I was trying to hold it in, sorry.
But feeling disrespected at something I built with my friends that we built, feeling disrespected there, I wouldn't stand for it. And I think Brandy and I both, I'm so blessed to have her. It was one of those where it was, fuck it. I did way more here than you think. And you're going to find out the moment I'm out the door. I don't believe in the cold-hearted, backstabby type of revenge. The greatest revenge on earth is success. And I felt like we were sitting on something wonderful, something great, a huge potentially with what I was doing with the American Nightmare as a bad guy, as a good guy, something in between. We're sitting on some magic. And if I'm not going to do it in the house that I literally built with Matt, Nick, and Kenny built, then maybe I'm going elsewhere. He also addressed his entire time in All Elite Wrestling as well during this interview with Bill Simmons on leaving WWE and helping start AEW. He says, for me, I was very almost volatile in how I came at it. I had love and reverence for WWE. This is the house that built me. But man, I woke up every day thinking, I want them to know what I could have done. I want them to know what I could have done, which is why it's fun to talk about now, because they came back and got me, which wasn't that was never part of the master plan. Sometimes people look at me and be like, oh, he always was going back. I kept making it appear that I had a plan, but really I wanted to make as much noise and disrupt as much as I could. And I can't ever think of anything because I was talking about the two things, momentum and all of that at the beginning. I found some of the best people around me who were feeling the underground elements of that, and really, like, the three that I always cite, and I feel uncomfortable if I didn't: Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega. That group, and Kevin Owens, God bless him, he's responsible for it because he linked us all together. And that connection of my name and my equity and their skill and their moxie and the drive and just that anger that I had and what they had, all of that just set up a situation that couldn't fail. On Triple H's indirect part in the matter, he says, and also at the time, Triple H doesn't realize he's a big part of this, because at NXT, he's bringing in every good hot gun off the independents, and it's not about legacy. It's not about tenure at WWE anymore. It's about who has the hot hand. So it was a matter of like, well, I'm going to be the hot hand, and I don't know if I'm going to come back with it. What are we going to do? And we're off to the races with it at that point. And that was really a huge part of all the skills I had combined with the great people around me and really great timing. On if he felt like he would be in AEW forever, he says it's hard to put myself in that spot again. But I started to get a sense, Michael Hayes is famous for always leave the territory at your hottest. I started to get a sense that all wrestling needs change. Guys are going to go from company to company. You got to keep it fresh. I just got the sense that it might be time for me to move into something else, and I didn't know what that was. And I remember thinking, oh, that'd be crazy to be part of the Royal Rumble, to come home, because I've made another home and I've got kids at this home basically. But to show everybody, because the first meeting I had with Vince and Bruce Pritchard, I didn't think I was coming back. I was excited to go to that meeting to say, and this sounds crazy, I wanted to tell them both thank you. I left on a crazy bad terms. No one could leave how I left because of how I felt. They didn't even sign my release papers. I left in a terrible place. They let it happen because of probably more respect for my dad more than anything. And then I went out and fought so hard and filled with rage. I'm smashing the throne. I'm bleeding. I'm setting myself on fire. I was just, I don't know, going through it and living it out for everyone who was watching. But I wanted to tell them both thanks. You guys helped build me and train me, and I took all those skills and I took them everywhere I went. I took them to every company, every independent. I got to reinvent myself, and I wanted to be in WWE, and I got to be that outside. And that's all I thought it was going to be, a sense of closure, a real sense of thank you so much for the lessons I never got to thank you for. Then it turned out to be something else by the end of that meeting. On if he left feeling like he couldn't elevate AEW anymore. He says maybe that's a little of it. I think I started thinking about writing a book the other day, and I was thinking, what would I say? How would I put it? Because there's clearly bad blood, but there's also a clearly respect and love. And this is basically what he said before. And he says it was one of those where it was fuck it. And I hate saying that with any sense of rage or anger, but like, I'm like the angriest person you've ever going to meet. He laughs. I don't believe in the cold-hearted, backstabby type of revenge. Like I said before, the greatest revenge is success. And a huge potentially with what I was doing, I could do something more with that. On not looking at AEW with negativity, he says, I don't look at any of it. I said I was angry and enraged. I don't look at it with any negativity. And here's why. I got to be part of WWE again. And I got to be part of WWE. We're talking about Austin. We're talking about Hogan, two of the greatest to ever lace their boots, to draw people into the arenas. Every one of those records I have been broken. and I got to be in the matches that broke those records. I got to stand across from Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39, and I got to do it again. I got to be the quarterback in the quarterback spot at a company where I was last in the combine. I am very grateful. That's why I have trouble articulating it and why I want to write this book, because I'm very grateful, because okay, the schism happened, but the outcome is I got to be with the biggest game in town. And not only did I get this spot, I got to show them that I could do it. Cody Rhodes, of course, left AEW in February of 2022, being an executive vice president in the company. He is, of course, now in WWE, where he will challenge John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship at SummerSlam this weekend. This is basically just Cody Rhodes being Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Like, this is Cody Rhodes for the longest time said he wasn't going to go into it, said he wasn't going to go into detail about all of this. But now he's going into a little bit more detail. And notice he mentioned Matt and Nick. He mentioned Kenny Omega. And I think a lot of us could, do reading. If you have reading comprehension skills, you kind of could always read into things with the statements that he made previously. But this kind of laid it all out. The whole issue why he left is Tony Khan. Tony Khan took over the creative team, basically all the creative, being the point person on the creative side in January of 2020, because things weren't working. But a lot of the elite members were able to do their own thing. Cody was able to create the Codyverse and TNT Championship and all of that. Kenny Omega was in the World Heavyweight title scene. You had the Young Bucks in the tag team scene. They were able to kind of dictate their own stuff. John Moxley is another one who was able to do that. Chris Jericho's another one who was able to do that. But I think they could have gotten more out of the Cody character, especially where he was, especially if he would have just pulled the trigger and be the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
But
he wanted to be.
I think right now they're both in good places. Cody is the number one guy in WWE. AEW has turned things around from a downslide that they started back in 2022. But
we didn't even notice.
Cody definitely has some bitterness towards him.
If I could just pontificate for a minute. I was making the Cody reference. That's just what he's doing. He's
okay.
doing the whole. I don't mean to pontificate or be boisterous, but yeah, I mean, we've all known. I feel from the stuff that he's said that this has been something that's still. I mean, obviously he's in a great place. Like he's in probably the best place he could have ever wanted to be. Mm-hmm. Like you said, he basically is the quarterback in a sense. But you can still tell that the way things ended with him in AEW, you can tell that it still bothers him. And that's what I've always figured, because he hasn't gone into detail a lot, but he always says, he's always goes out of his way to mention Matt, Nick, and Kenny and be like, we created something together, so I'm always gonna be grateful to those guys, and I'm always gonna have love for those guys. So when you hear that repeatedly, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out, okay, so it's something to do with him and Tony.
Yeah. The person that was in charge that took over your company is who you have bitterness with.
I just really want to know what it is that in his mind, what happened? Why do you feel this disrespected? Because even in his documentary, when he first came back in WWE, he was saying, I didn't leave AEW for money or this and that. I left because of a personal issue. Well, I'm like, okay, you might as well.
Yes, you're right. Yes,
get to writing the book now, because you can't just say that and expect us to be like, oh, it's a personal issue. That's the end of it. No, we're like, well, what was the issue?
Right.
Yeah. And I think he's done enough interviews where he just said personal issue. So I'm glad he was able to kind of express it a little bit more. And, and this is a point that I think that Jimmy made way back, even before Cody kind of said this, where he was like, it's one thing to feel disrespected when you're in someone else's house. It's another thing to be disrespected in the house that you built.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I understand where he's coming from in that sense, for sure. But I think he can go into even further more detail. But Krssi, what do you think about those comments? I know this was probably your first time hearing about it.
It shows that you are still a little bitter and you're still holding a grudge. And you're learning from the people that are grudge holders over at WWE.
He's sitting under that learning tree.
Triple H still hold grudges to the Rock, so he understands.
Come over here, kid. I'm gonna teach you a little something.
Yeah. Grudge. I mean, WWE is full of grudge holders, so you know.
Vince,
all of them. They trickle down the line.
Holder, yeah. Bruce Pritchard.
Yep.
He's a grudge holder.
They say all these things. Oh yeah, we found him and we did this and we found the watch and we all was up.
Yeah. Something about grudges, kid. This is what we do over here.
He's always said it.
We do.
No one ever believed him. Sad.
Oh man.
Well, AEW don't hold grudges. Even though they banned him from ever going to a show, they did show respect in his passing. During last Saturday's episode of AEW Collision, Tony Schiavone took a moment to pay tribute to the late Hulk Hogan. As previously noted, the WWE Hall of Famer passed away last Thursday. During the broadcast, Schiavone said, and I quote, "It was quite a week for all of us who have been in professional wrestling for a long time, with the unexpected death of Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was a man who brought professional wrestling into the mainstream in the 80s and in the 90s, right here on this network, right here on TNT, almost 30 years ago, Hulk Hogan lit the fire that began the Monday Night Wars. He also put WCW on the cable TV map right here on TNT. You know, sometimes we take a look at these stars that are bigger than life and we forget that they are just like us, human. And we forget they have families that care about them. Our condolences go out to Nick with his wife, Sky, his children, Brooke and Nick. And if you never lost a member of your family, you have no idea the pain they are going through right now. And believe you me, it is intense. For all of us here at All Elite Wrestling, RIP, brother.
That was really nice. They didn't have to do that, but they did it.
At all.
Yeah, that was nice. They didn't have to do it at all, but yeah, it
was very
nice
classy. It was very nice.
And it quieted all the trolls online.
Absolutely. That was my main thing after I saw it. I was just like, okay, can everyone shut the fuck up now?
First of all, they do know that most of their stuff was like taped like a week before. Like this happened like last Thursday. The Collision came on Saturday. Did it come on Saturday?
Yeah.
It was taped, Bill, right?
No, it was live on Saturday.
Oh, well then, okay, well maybe. Okay. Fine.
Well, that was the first time they had a show after his passing. He passed away on Thursday.
Right.
So that was the next time. People were upset that they didn't put a graphic on their social media, and I was like, they don't have to. He never worked there.
Yeah, pretty much.
But they did. But at least they did something, and they did it in the right way, and they had the right person
do it. Yes.
Well.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to Schiavone.
Yeah.
I think that was the best way they could have done it. They could have done it there. We got Damien who asks, do you guys think WWE turning Cody Rhodes heel against John Cena is a big mistake?
Yes.
It's tough. It's tough. It's tough because you have to have someone who can take that spot and be the face of the company. And we kind of went through like the different people. CM Punk, he's on the older side. John Cena as a babyface now. He's about to end his career at the end of the year. Jey Uso, he gets winded during his promo.
Yeah, I was gonna say Roman is merch, but yeah.
Roman is part-time. Who else is there? Sami Zayn is an option, but he's on the older side now. So like
True.
KO is all injured.
I was gonna say you could have had KO in that spot, but he's out right now.
Randy's old now too. So
Randy's on the older side. Like everybody that could replace Cody is on the older side. Yeah. Braun Breaker is going to be a top heel, not a babyface. Seth Rollins is either injury prone or he's now your top heel. So yeah, you don't have anybody who can be in that position.
Yeah, it's all about whenever the timing is just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And right now it's not, even though I do want to see Cody Lander. But realistically speaking, now probably isn't the best time for it.
And if they do it, it's only to be trolls because we've just been saying it, and they had to make someone heel because John Cena's back a face. So it's not even going to be like believable. Like we don't believe you.
Need more people.
Mm-hmm.
Then you also had Tony Khan. He recently spoke with Fightful's Iridian Friero for WGN Radio and gave an update on his plans for the women's tag team division. Khan has noted that in the past that he has had plans to create AEW women's tag team titles.
Looks like an emoji.
Going as far to say the title belts themselves have already been made. He said in this interview on all the injuries suffered in the women's casino gauntlet, he says, I will say this, I have a bunch of people I would like to get involved in the women's tag team tournament potentially. There has been so much injury in the women's division, and as the person who put together the women's casino gauntlet, I wish that we had come out of it healthier. A quarter of the people in the matchup got knocked out of the match and out of action indefinitely. And so we had one match where I lost 25% of the roster in one match. So that was pretty hard because you had great people in there. On how he wants the women's roster competing for multiple titles, he says, also, I would really like to have just mentioning people on the women's roster, not all necessarily for the tag team tournament, but to have a full roster competing for the Women's World Championship, the TBS Championship, and potentially tag team championships, because I would like to do AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships. To have that, I really think we do need to have a healthy division that can maintain these championships, because we haven't been able to sustain it. On Mina Shirakawa also getting injured in the matchup, he says, we didn't even get into it, but another great woman who's on the shelf right now is the Ring of Honor Women's TV Champion. We crowned an interim champion who's fantastic with Mina Shirakawa, and she's injured right now too. And the champion Red Velvet was out for her super card. I wanted to make sure we had a great super card, a great match. We did have a great event and a great TV title match to crown an interim champion, and soon we'll crown an undisputed TV champion when they're both cleared, Red Velvet and Mina Shirakawa. But again, having multiple situations with some of these injuries is part of why it has not made sense with the state of the roster to do that, but it is something I am interested in doing. I have the belts. I have made the belts. They exist, but I will put them into play when we are able to put the very best full roster forward to have great action with competition for all the championships, including new championships, which there are still some championship issues to be settled in AEW and ROH right now with the great woman we have down. So the women's division has probably been the division that's been the most hit with injuries coming out of All In, despite all the headlines going to the likes of Kenny Omega being out right now, Will Ospreay with his neck injury, and Samoa Joe taking time off to promote Twisted Metal. Mina Shirakawa is a big loss. Thunder Rosa, we'll talk about in a little bit. She's going to be out of action for a bit here. Jamie Hayter, of course, got injured before All In.
Jamie's
so these are key pieces.
She just literally came back like a year ago.
Because people just think, you just need 16 women for the women's tag team titles. Well, he has 16 women on the roster, but no, that's why I read the whole quote that he said. You need a division that can maintain your Women's World Championship, your TBS Championship, and your tag team division. Yes, he can probably do a tournament with 16 women because he has 16 women on the roster, but then he is basically handicapping all the other titles in the process, and he doesn't want to do that. So I completely understand that.
Smart move on his part, for sure. Yeah. Not diving in head first.
Thinking it over. Definitely. Not just throwing people in. Just trying to do it strategically. Don't just I'll just make them just to make the girls happy. No.
Yeah.
Because you don't even have legit tag team. You got to put girls together that may have good chemistry.
Yeah, I agree with Dion too. They were planting seeds for a women's tag team division before All In. I think it was more for post All In, but because of the injuries, now he has to delay that a little bit further.
Can someone make his face in an avatar?
I mean, that first picture, he looked like he smoked that good. His eyes are just smiling, eyes low.
I was like, someone cut that out and put it on the thing.
Jeez. And final note before we get into this week's collision on Thursday, All Elite Wrestling has announced that this year's World's End pay-per-view will take place from Chicago at the Now Arena on December 27th. Of course, it will feature the finals of the Continental Classic. Tickets go on sale on September 8th at 10 a.m. Central. He said during an interview on Q101, we've had such a great run of AEW TV these past few weeks. We've had so many great pay-per-view shows here over the years. I thought that it would be great for the first time ever this holiday season to bring AEW's World End to the Chicagoland area at least. I'm very excited to announce December 27th for the first time ever World's End is coming to Chicago. We're going to have a great event. It's going to be a great way to spend the holiday weekend. Saturday, December 27th for the first time ever AEW World's End at the Now Arena where it all began for us. So, good news for the Chicago fans. Chicago gets everything, as Romeo once said here on the channel. But we talked about AEW. We talked about WWE. We'll dive into like New Japan and Stardom and whatnot to close out what we missed. But before we let Negro Buck go for a second run, thank you for coming back on the show. Always love chatting with you, good brother. What is your best thing that you liking about wrestling right now, and your worst thing you're hating about wrestling right now, regardless of promotion?
Okay, that's a good question. I think the best thing that I'm liking about wrestling right now would probably be the G1 Climax over in New Japan. It hasn't been a perfect tournament, you know. Obviously, our boy, the fucking Madman, is sidelined. He had a banger first match against Takeshita. And, I mean, we got that match out of it, so that's awesome. But it's disappointing because I feel like, I don't know if he was going to win, but Gabe was definitely poised to have a great showing in this tournament with some good matches, you know, in the same block as Shingo. The match with Zach, I'm very disappointed I didn't get to see. I know he and Drilla Maloney were going to go ham against each other because, you know, two friends against each other, you're not going to hold back. But I mean, we've still seen some real good matches. Freaking Unk Graps is killing it in New Japan. You have guys like Yoshihashi, Tanahashi, and Taichi all just putting on awesome performances. Guys like that proving that sometimes in wrestling, age really is just a number. But yeah, I've been enjoying the matches I've been seeing. I'm skipping all the House of Torture matches to protect my peace.
Smart man.
So that's definitely great. I do have to go back and watch Drilla versus Takeshita, which I'll probably do after I get off of here. But that's definitely what I'm enjoying the most in wrestling. As to what I really have to think about what I hate in wrestling right now because Mox's reign of terror is over, so I can't really say that. I'm really trying to think. Probably just the Triple H propaganda. I'd say that. I will end up watching Unreal just because the clips I've seen, a lot of them are really funny, but it does seem like a propaganda video. And with all the stuff he's been doing with that Fanta fucker and everything, it's just, I'm like, bro, like, you really are never beating these allegations. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't.
You make it so hard.
Yes.
You make it so hard for me.
What do I look like as a black man? Trying to, like, yeah, I just, it really is. It's hard to respect him and everything, but I'm really trying to take the good with the bad. I mean, hopefully, like, most of SummerSlam is a success because we do have some good matches, but I just wish Triple H would keep the same energy at the end of the day.
We agree. We definitely agree there. But thank you so much, Negro Buck. And don't be a stranger. We'll be doing more call-in episodes in the future. So we always love seeing you, brother.
Anytime. Thank you guys so much for having me again. Appreciate it.
Peace, man.
I'll see y'all later.
Later.
Later. We're going to finish up with AEW in a bit here. I'm sending the link in the chat one more time if anybody else wants to join us before we close things off. But we're going to finish off what we missed with the rest of AEW as well as AEW's partner promotions. AEW Collision was on Thursday this week, and they did one of their bigger ratings on Thursday, 409,000 viewers, so up from the Saturday show. And the show featured one of the best Collision matches of the year, or probably ever, as Kyle Fletcher beat Dustin Rhodes to win the TNT Championship in a fantastic Chicago street fight main event that was bloody, that was brutal, and completely over-delivered in a massive way. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter rated the matchup 5 stars. Post-match, Fletcher further attacked Dustin, slamming a chair against his bad leg against the ring post, causing him to be stretchered out of the arena to close the broadcast. You also had Swerve Strickland cut a promo issuing a challenge to Kazuchika Okada for the AEW Unified Championship at Forbidden Door, while Okada and Don Callis answered and accepted the challenge to make the match official for August 24th. Speaking of Forbidden Door matches, Athena explained why she did not cash in her contract for the AEW Women's World Championship on Dynamite, and then says she's invoking her contract when the lights are on the brightest in a place that Timeless Toni Storm does not have a good track record in London. The last time she lost the AEW Women's World Championship was last year at All In London, and now back in London at Forbidden Door, she makes the match official for her and Storm there. You also had Darby Allin kidnapping Jon Moxley and trying to throw him off of a freaking fire escape, but the security pulled Darby away. Tekla defeated Willow Nightingale in a good matchup. Post-match, you had the Triangle of Madness and Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford jump Willow until Queen Aminata, Ty Mello, and Anna Jay all made the save. Skyflight picked up a win in their first time as a trio over the Shane Taylor promotions. Roosh answered the Best Wrestler Alive Open Challenge, where Max Caster actually survived 5 minutes. Yes, I'm surprised too, but it was only because Roosh took too long kicking his ass. Brody King and Bandito defeated Gates of Agony in a great tag team opener to advance to the AEW World Tag Team Title Eliminator Tournament semifinals, while FTR picked up a win over Bang Bang Gang's Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn in a really damn good encounter to advance in the AEW World Tag Team Title Eliminator Tournament. They are now in the finals and will face the winner of Brodito versus the Bucks on Dynamite this Wednesday. What did you think about Collision? You're always a big supporter of Collision on Thursdays, and it included arguably one of the best matches of the year with Dustin Rhodes and Kyle Fletcher. One of the best Collision matches probably ever, and one of the best AEW TV matches of the year there. I was blown away by that. I think this was Dustin's best match since Cody back at Double or Nothing 2019.
Correct. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Like, this was the best. You haven't seen that from him, and that's saying a lot. But I love the fact that the Bang Bang Gang came out with cardboard cutouts of both guys. That was fucking hilarious. It's genius.
And they did the entrance with the cardboard cutouts. That was the best part. That was the best part for me.
It was the best part. I was like, yo, that's freaking genius. They got 2 cardboard cut. They had 1. Now we got 2. It's great stuff. Gotta love them. But such a great episode for Thursday. Again, you should guys go to Thursdays. You have the weekends off unless you have a pay-per-view.
Honestly, if they just were consistent on Thursdays, they would be killing it.
Yep. I agree.
It's all the moving around that just makes it like people don't know when to be, when to show up for the show, basically.
Right, because I almost forgot about the show, to be honest, and I would forget, and it was like, I was very happy I didn't forget.
Yeah. That Dustin Kyle Fletcher match, that had no business being that damn good. God damn.
Good.
He stabbed him in the leg with a screwdriver.
Several times.
He couldn't get it stuck in, so he just kept having to
jab, jab, jab. Stab, kill.
Stab. Great stuff. Great stuff.
Yep.
Kyle Fletcher, finally TNT champion. The world has come to Krssi Luv. You should be happy.
You see on chat, I was like, if he don't win this match, if he do not win this match, with so many near falls, I was like, Lord. Now SP has now named every tag team. If you weren't a tag team, now you get a tag team name. What did you call him, bro? What?
Brodito. That's their name. That's the name they gave him, Brodito.
I love it. Like, Brodito is everything. Why did I not hear him say Brodito? This is great. Like, I mean, I love that. Like, the Bronze Stars, Brodito, I don't know which one I like better.
Bronze Stars, that's me. That's all me. So I will take credit for that. Wrestling Observer newsletter has some backstage notes on the build to AEW/New Japan's Forbidden Door event this year. It's going to take place on August 24th from the O2 Arena in London. The Observer reports that none of the top talent from NJPW will be available until the upcoming AEW TV tapings on August 20th at the OVO Hydro in Glasgow, Scotland. That's because the G1 Climax 35 is currently ongoing and won't conclude until August 17th. As a result, the Observer notes that a significant chunk of Forbidden Door might not be put together until the last minute. This is the first time Forbidden Door is being held in August, as the event was previously held in June for its first 3 years. The event reportedly has 13,281 tickets sold so far for the O2 Arena. So the event will likely either be a sellout or very close to a sellout come time for the show later this month. Per the latest update from WrestleTix, the O2 Arena has a setup of 16,160 for the event, and with 2,879 tickets still available. Forbidden Door currently has several matches scheduled, including Swerve Strickland versus Kazuchika Okada for the AEW Unified Championship, Toni Storm versus Athena for the AEW Women's World Championship, Hurt Syndicate versus either FTR or the winner of Brodito versus the Young Bucks, and Hiroshi Tanahashi against an opponent to be announced later on. AEW New Japan Forbidden Door, their pay-per-view will be broadcast live in multiple platforms. Then you also had news in regards to someone who might be a part of Forbidden Door in CML star Hechicero. We talked about previously that he had reportedly signed a contract with both AEW and CMLL. This week's edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter had an update on the rumor. The Observer notes that while it was unable to confirm the rumor, it does appear to be accurate. Mexican reporter Dr. Ladrillo noted that as far as he knows, the dual contract for Hechicero is accurate, but it's not only Hechicero who has a joint contract. Other wrestlers are reportedly being signed to joint AEW and CMLL contracts as well. It's noted that after what happened with Stephanie Vaquer signing with WWE, neither AEW nor CMLL want to risk such an occurrence happening again, which is why AEW and CMLL are allowing wrestlers to sign joint contracts. It's not stated which wrestlers have the dual talent contracts, but it has been rumored that Mystico is one of the stars who has a dual contract with AEW and CMLL. This was the right move to make after the whole Stephanie Vaquer nonsense last year. So I'm here for it. You agree?
Yep.
Got to do it. I can't have these people taking cheap ass contracts just to live a dream. Fuck your dream. This is the wrestling business.
Do they have the money? Is the question.
Tony Khan do. He definitely do. Not CMLL, but Tony Khan do.
Yes, for sure.
Talking about injury updates, Hook is one star who hasn't appeared on AEW since Double or Nothing after he spent several weeks away. There was a moment with Samoa Joe as tension was teased. In the latest Fightful Select Q&A, Sean Ross Sapp noted that there is no set date for his return. The reason he was brought back is to help with the story and plant seeds for the future. He has not been cleared for a return at this time. In another injury update, Thunder Rosa is currently sidelined with an undisclosed injury, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. No timetable has been announced for her return. In a recent vlog, she announced that she was taking time out following AEW All In earlier last month. Though she said, "The weekend was long. Today was All In. I didn't get the results that I wanted, and I got some time off. To be continued. Hello, Thunder Army. This is the wrap of this all-in extravaganza, because it was an extravaganza. Definitely was a lot of work. It was a mission accomplished, and you guys were again a big part of it. Now I deserve a well-earned resting time. Yeah, resting. Time off. Who knows? So hopefully we see both of those stars back very, very soon. Thunder Rosa was a big part of promoting All In. So she did do her work as far as like media, and then she also competed on Super Card of Honor as well as All In.
She wasn't wrestling before that.
Yeah, she was. She was wrestling before that. Yeah. She was on Dynamite and Collision a bunch of times.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. ROH TV to close out the Converse. The show featured Bandito defeating Adam Priest to retain the ROH World Title. The Conglomeration's Hologram and Tomohiro Ishii picked up a win over MSM Collection on the show as well. Now moving over to our friends at New Japan Pro Wrestling, the NJPW G1 Climax 35 tournament was in week 2 this week. You had day 7 last Sunday. A block action saw Ryoya Uyawa pick up the biggest win of his career over Hiroshi Tanahashi, while Evil lost to Yuya Uemura. Sanada beat Tai Chi in a House of Torture nonsense match. Callum Newman picked up a huge upset win over David Finlay, while Yota Tsuji beat Boltin Oleg in a rock-solid bout between the two heavyweights. Day 8 in the B block action had one of the best matches of the week and best match of the tournament so far, as Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Konosuke Takeshita in an excellent main event that told a splendid story. And it was an absolutely fantastic styles clash, as the more technical Zack Sabre Jr. versus the hard-hitting versatility of Konosuke Takeshita, and the finish saw basically Zack act like he was a pariah who was drowning, who just had to pull down Takeshita to the deep waters and drown him instead. This was easily one of the best matches of the tournament so far. Great Okan picked up a win over TV champion El Phantasmo in a decent match, as Drilla Maloney beat Ren Narita. Shingo Takagi beat Shota Umino in a surprisingly great bout that was physically intense and hard-hitting. Then you had day 9, more A block action, as Yuya Uemura beat Hiroshi Tanahashi in a very good main event. David Finlay picked up a win over Boltin Oleg in a rock-solid Haas fight. Callum Newman scored a victory over Sanada, while Evil submitted Ryoya Uyawa thanks to help from House of Torture. And Tai Chi defeated Yota Tsuji in a great semi-main event to give Tsuji only his second loss of the tournament so far. Day 9 featured this morning with B block action, as Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Great Okan in a technical wrestling clinic in the main event. You also had Shota Umino picked up a win over Yoshihashi in a hard-hitting affair. Shingo Takagi beat El Phantasmo in a damn good encounter, while Konosuke Takeshita picked up another win over Drilla Maloney in an awesome bout that was filled with fighting spirit and was built around Takeshita injuring Gabe Kidd earlier in the tournament, who was Drilla's War Dog stablemate. So some more good action from the G1 Climax. This tournament, like Negro Buck said, I think it's going really well. The ticket sales hasn't been there for New Japan because they've lost so many of their top stars over the last couple of years, especially Tetsuya Naito being the latest one, who basically left earlier this year. But the matches have been delivering. The matches have been so great, and why I've been having 15 matches on Matches of the Week over the last couple of weeks.
Do you have that this week as well?
I think I might be able to number it down to 10. If I don't have 15, I'll number it down to 10. I will do that, but I'll have to do it when we get there, which is in a few minutes here.
Yeah.
But he has a New Japan news as well this week. Speaking of Gabe Kidd, as previously reported, he's no longer part of the G1 Climax tournament as he suffered a knee injury in his first matchup against Takeshita. Fightful reports that Kidd's injury did cause some changes to the plans for the tournament, but not as many as you might think. Sources in the company described the matter as touch and go before the tournament even started. They originally were worried that Kidd suffered a torn MCL, but it turned out to be a hyperextension. That was still enough to have him removed. Kidd ended up forfeiting all of the matches, and the overall rankings were changed as a result. However, sources indicated that Kidd likely wasn't set for the semifinals or the playoffs for the tournament, which makes it easier to pull him from the tournament. So hoping that Gabe Kidd, has a speedy recovery. He was heartbroken over missing the tournament because he really wanted to make this year's G1 his G1 to win. But, his loss is definitely one that could hit New Japan harder after the tournament than actually in the tournament. So we'll see what happens. But it's tournament season in Japan, Miss Krssi Luv, which means they have STARDOM 5-Star Grand Prix, which started last Sunday. Day one had a 17-match card. For what reason? I don't know. But it saw Natsupoi picking up a win over Sayaka Karara in the main event. Saria Noi defeated Sayaka Ida in a good matchup, while Tomaka Inaba picked up an upset win over Starlight Kid in another very good matchup. Konami beat Sarai in a great hard-hitting semi-main event as well, beating the IWGP Women's Champion. Day two featured Blue Stars action as you had Natsuko Tora beat Natsupoi in a solid main event. Starlight Kid picked up a win over Reina as Anazumi defeated Tamaki Inaba in a good matchup. And day three was yesterday. They had Red Stars action with Ami Sarai defeated Saya Ida in the main event. Sarai picked up a win over Rana Yakami, and Suzu Suzuki defeated Momo Kogo, and Momo Watanabe beat Konami in a battle of the hate faction. So good stuff there. And then finally, to finish off what we missed, you had CMLL last night, which had a big time main event featuring AEW's own MJF as he defeated Viernes to become the new CMLL World Light Heavyweight Champion. Post-match, Zandakan Jr. came out to confront MJF as his next challenger for the title. A lot of people suspected that MJF was going to win this match, as they have been teasing that it's going to be MJF versus Mystico at their anniversary show in September. So it's now going to probably be for the light heavyweight championship. So nice. Big time win for MJF, who's doing it everywhere. He's got like 4 feuds and 4 storylines in AEW. He's also over in CMLL, apparently winning titles. He was in MLW with the sneak attack on Mystico. He's everywhere. MJF, Wrestler of the Year. All right, but we've made it to Krssi Luv's favorite time of the show. Best and worst of the week, match of the week, and moment of the week. Krssi Luv, who was your best and worst for this week?
Best goes to the Bronze Stars.
That's a good choice. And worst?
Worst, Paul Levesque.
Good choice. Good choice. Good choice. I'm going to go with best of the week, Kyle Fletcher, for winning the TNT title and having a 5-star matchup with a 56-year-old. Takes a lot. Takes a lot. And worst of the week, I will go with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, because he got buried for no reason other than he didn't want John Cena to turn heel. But
they didn't do anything, so that's not his fault. I see, because they blame him.
You're probably right. I'll change it. It is Triple H. It is Triple H.
That's the one that, because he just blindly just blames everyone else except himself.
This is true. So yeah, it's Triple H. It's Triple
H.
Moment of the week, I will agree with you on that. It's Bronson Reed stealing Roman Reigns' shoes.
Yeah. That's honorable mention to Kyle Fletcher. But yeah, Bronson gets this one by itself for stealing Roman's Jordans and then wearing them around his neck like I told you he would. He can't fit them, but he's gonna wear them around his neck like trophies, like they're boxing gloves.
Like a trophy. Yeah, it's like a trophy.
And he came out and I was like, it's everything. I marked out. I was like, oh my God, where are the guys?
She was like, this is everything I wanted. And then matches of the week. I think I do have 15. I just looked. I was like, damn, I do have 15.
Let me look at that. Go ahead.
15, Timeless Tony Storm and Alex Windsor versus Athena and Billy Starks.
Oh yes, from
14.
Yes.
From Dynamite. From Dynamite.
Yeah.
14, the Bucks versus the Outrunners from Dynamite. 13, Athena versus Alex Windsor from Collision last Saturday. 12, Konami versus Saray from Stardom 5-Star Grand Prix. 11, FTR versus Bang Bang Gang from Collision on Thursday. 10, Brodito versus GOA from Collision. 9, go Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet from Dynamite. 8, Shingo Takagi versus El Phantasmo from the G1. 7, Javon Evans versus Wes Lee from NXT. 6, Shingo Takagi versus Shota Umino from the G1. 5, Taichi versus Suji from the G1. 4, Konosuke Takeshita versus Drilla Maloney from the G1. Number 3, Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley from Dynamite. And 1 and 2, this is interchangeable. It could be either one. But I wrote it down here, so I won't change it now. But number 2, Dustin Rhodes versus Kyle Fletcher from Collision, and number 1, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Konosuke Takeshita from the G1.
Okay. I have 5 honorable mention to Athena and Alex Windsor, but I have 5 Tony Windsor versus Billy Athena, Brody King and Bandito versus, I forgot the guy's name. DOA, thank you. Kyle, no, 3. I'm at 3. No,
I think so. You said 5.
I have 5. Wait, hold on. I said it. 1, 2. Oh, Ricochet and
Mark Briscoe.
Yes, Mark Briscoe. Thank you. Then number 2. This is a toss up for me because either one could take number 1. But I'm gonna go Hangman and John, and then I'm gonna go Kyle and Dustin.
Wow, you went from hating on Dustin for 2 straight weeks to giving him match of the week. What progression? This is long-term storytelling, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a good match. I can't even lie. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
It's awesome.
It was an awesome match. But I'm just happy they lost too. That's another reason why he's number 1. The loser. Fucking loser. He's always been a loser.
And these are facts from Davion saying, not a crazy Dustin Rhodes fan, but he will show out when his number is called. He did.
You're absolutely right. He's like Natty. When you need them, they'll come and they'll give you what they need to get done.
Yep. All right, it is time for rapid fire final predictions for today's WWE SummerSlam Night 1 and tomorrow's Night 2. Night 1, you got Sami Zayn going up against Karrion Kross. Who you got, Miss Krssi Luv?
Cross.
I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn wins due to the lead pipe, so Kross is right.
Oh, he's gonna cheat
to win.
Yep, he's gonna cheat to win. He's gonna flip. He's gonna go batshit crazy, and he's not even gonna remember what he did. Oh my god, this is gonna be worst match. Probably the worst match of the whole fucking night.
Then we got RK Roll, Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Who you got?
I think the Hill should win, but I don't think they will. RK Roll is gonna win, but the Hill should definitely.
I'm gonna go with RK Roll, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. New champ.
Then we got just Judgment Day versus the Allies of Convenience. Who you got?
The Allies of Convenience are gonna win.
And they're gonna become friends. I agree.
Yep, exactly.
Then we got more tag team action. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus the Braun Stars. The Braun Stars should win, but I'm going with the former Bloodline.
Former Bloodline is going to win. Yeah, the Hills have to lose because of what happened on Monday.
Yeah. Then we got for the WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton goes one-on-one with Jade Cargill.
Jade is winning.
Jade for the win, and God bless them. I hope they're able to exceed my very, very low expectations.
Wow, not low. Very, very low. Whoa.
Very, very low. Very, very low. They're both miscast baby faces.
Yes. I agree.
Then we got the main event of night one for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther will defend against CM Punk. Who you got?
Punk winning. Even though
I got
Gunther's
CM Punk. CM Punk, new champion.
New champ, yep. He's going to be the face.
Then we got... Night 2 has the TLC matchup. Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, the Lucha Cousins, Fraxium, Street Profits, and the Wyatt Six for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Who you got, Krssi?
I think DIY should win. I don't know. This is a hard one, to be honest. But I feel like they're going to make the monsters keep the damn belts.
Yeah, I'm going with the Wyatt Six to retain.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to, Wyatt Six. Sorry. Yeah. Go with my gut. Just go. Yeah, okay.
No DQ, no count out. Must be a winner. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. If Lyra loses, she can never challenge Becky for the title. What you said?
This is 3, right? This is the third one.
The third match this year.
Okay, Lyra's probably going to win.
Lyra should be the matchup that really puts Lyra over, and everyone should go with Lyra Valkyria, except me, because Becky Lynch messages me in her promos. I'm going with Becky Lynch. Inside of a steel cage, it's Cousins going to war. Jacob Fatu challenges Solo Sikoa for the United States Championship.
New champ.
New champ. Jacob Fatu.
And you're new versus first belt.
Second.
Sorry.
Dominic Mysterio defending the Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles. Who you got?
Dirty Dom for the win. Retains.
Dirty Dom, the Star, retains.
The Star. Yep.
For the WWE Women's World Championship, Naomi will defend against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky.
I think Naomi retains.
Naomi retains, yes.
She should.
She should, and I think she will. And then finally, for the undisputed WWE Championship, John Cena will defend against Cody Rhodes in a street fight. Who you got?
Cody for the win. New champ.
And new WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. And then the Braun Stars come out, Spear, Tsunami, and then we hear, oh, and Seth Rollins stomps Cody Rhodes and becomes the new undisputed WWE champion.
Wow. I actually love that. Instead of it doing it on Punk.
Exactly. Instead of doing the obvious one, what does WWE love to do? Shock the fans. Go the other way and have them cash in on Cody.
Oh my God, SP, if you are correct, I don't know what I have to do to yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I just want all my praise for
I always give you your praise, so it's whatever.
Being the prediction goat.
Yeah.
S Predictions 3. That's my new name next week if I get that right.
Yo, I want that to happen now. I need that to happen. That would be great though. Like seeing people's faces and him doing another cash in again, but not at WrestleMania, but at SummerSlam.
Big time. Big time. Krssi Luv, we've made it to the end of our flagship podcast. Another great one. We want to thank Negro Buck and Chase and everyone who could have called in but didn't call in the chat. We appreciate y'all for chatting it up in the chat, but especially to Negro Buck and Chase for joining us on screen. We'll probably have another call-in episode in the weeks, months to come. We always enjoy having y'all on the show and have the opportunity to join us on screen. But Miss Krssi Luv, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and when they might see you again.
You can see myself and SP as we did our review or our feelings and character tier on All American on our other channel. Other night, you can follow me, Krssi Luv _1 or Tru Heel Krssi Luv and just my plain name. We'll probably do a BMF sometime next week, 2 episodes.
There we go. For sure. And of course, you could follow me on the Twitter machine at Tru Heel SP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Tru Heel Heat. Patreon.com/Tru Heel Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best way to support us when we are not live here. We got 2 big watch parties for this weekend for the 2-night SummerSlam. Tonight will be hosted by Stat King. We'll have some guests that will probably be joining him as well.
Is hosting the watch party tonight?
Yes, he's
Where
hosting
is
the watch
Romeo?
party. Hopefully we can get Romeo's going to SummerSlam apparently. He's paying his mortgage to go to SummerSlam. I don't know. He wants to see his queen in person. But yeah, we'll have
good for Romeo. He deserves that. Good for him.
Absolutely.
He deserves that. Good for him.
We'll see.
I'm happy
We'll
for him.
see.
I hope he has good seats too.
Yeah, we'll see about who's going to be joining Stat King. I'm going to get on the war phone to get some people to join the Stat King tonight.
I could probably join tomorrow though.
There we go. So Krssi maybe join tomorrow for night 2, which will also be hosted by Stat King because Romeo's going to both nights apparently, he said. But I will be with y'all tomorrow, probably around I want to say 11:05 a.m. Eastern time with our WWE. No. Wait, no.
Yeah, look at the time.
12:05 p.m. Eastern time for our WWE SummerSlam Night 1 review. I'll be joined by the True Draw Josh, who wasn't with us today, and also Sat E. Nyangi of Wrestle Talk will be joining us to review Night 1 of SummerSlam. We'll have the watch party tomorrow night, and then night 2 of SummerSlam on Monday. Join us live here. We'll probably be live once again at 12:05 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll be joined by True Draw Josh and Nate Milton of the NWA podcast will be joining us on Monday. So we got some special guests. We'll have some fun with the reviews, and I hope everyone enjoys SummerSlam tonight and tomorrow night. Enjoy the weekend, and of course we'll be back next Saturday with some more of the flagship podcast. Before Miss Krssi Luv, it is me, your Tru Heel Phenom SP3. This has been Tru Heel Heat 340 Slam That Summer. We are signing off until next time.
Later.